Too many damn cats around here. Anyway, hello
Wow.
everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the show. We haven't been since cats since 2011, but nevertheless, it is a gloomy, rainy day for me. Unfortunately, I do have a fresh cup of hot coffee, and I'm sitting here about to do another anime. So that means that we all know I'm going to have to
Nice.
read some long ass shit at the end of the show because Doug.
Yep, that's right. Hey, Doug,
Welcome.
sorry about this.
Sorry, Doug. Didn't mean to
Technically, it's
drop
my
on you like
fault.
that. Technically, it's your fault. Yeah. But what are we doing today? We're doing solo leveling today. It's a Korean story that is created through A1, which of course is Sony Animation. And they do a lot of kind of collaboration between Western and with Japanese workers and skill sets and stuff like that. And then that's cool. Rabbit here is a fan of it. Sounds like it looks pretty good, and it's one of those stories where you have kind of this world of people who fight against the tides of darkness to save humanity. But when they come in with their ability, or awaken, as the show calls it, they come in with a set stat sheet, right? But one person, therefore our protagonist, is given the ability to level up, and therefore he is PC versus NPCs. But yeah, which is cool. It looks good. I took some look at it earlier. I've never seen it personally, but Rabbit tells us that it's one of the popular ones right now, and that's cool. It's always good to see things crossing.
You
I
might
know.
not get a third season.
It's just been already renewed for a third season.
Has it? Oh,
Right.
sweet.
Renewed like
Oh,
days
there's
ago.
there's rumors that it might not. It's been delayed or something.
No, I've already
Really?
looked into it.
Okay,
It's
so
100% confirmed.
What is happening in the chat here is Doug is taking my words as challenge, and therefore has decided to begin his epic long
Multiple pages.
soliloquy. Yeah. So
I want to see more than two
uh,
pictures,
I,
just
I,
walls of text.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to stretch. So all right. But let me go over here and hit
Gargle
that like and
coffee.
share button. So let everybody know we're on, and please do the same if you would, everyone. But
Jester, wait.
what? No.
Doug, if you're listening, pick next week's topic.
Oh, that would be great.
True.
What do you want us to
Surprised
do
you're not
next
doing
week?
Andor, actually, because that just finished, didn't it?
Get Doug.
How come every time I turn on Twitter, all I see is black people yelling at a camera? Please explain this
Just
to
don't
me.
turn Twitter on. That's what I do.
That's I usually don't,
Yeah,
but
just,
I
just try to avoid it.
you know, that's true. Oh well, I won't look at it till later. But nevertheless, welcome. Let me put this in here. So I just gave my little bit of research introduction to that, but could you give us a little bit more, Rabbit, if you wouldn't mind?
I don't really know. I'm tired. The main character's called Sung Jin Woo.
Okay.
He starts off as like really super low rank. He's like super weak, and he's a little kid basically. Actually,
Right.
that you probably won't realize if you've seen the trailers and stuff. And he gets. Well, I suppose it's not spoiling it. The first episode, pretty much everybody dies horribly.
Right.
And it leaves it on like a cliffhanger of with this screen of choose to
So it's a feel
live
good
again
story.
basically.
Right.
And then the next time when we see him in the next episode, he's well, I'm saying because I've not read the book. He's in hospital
He's
and he's
mysteriously
alive. And he's
brought back
got,
to life.
Yeah, all of his stuff's there, and he's got these screens, like computer screens, like the game screens around him, and he doesn't understand. He just ignores them. Basically, he levels up on his own like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it because there's a lot in it, and if you've not watched it, there's a lot that I could spoil.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that's
especially
cool.
some of the serious stuff that happens in it.
Well,
basically it starts off young and he levels up doing this stuff, and as he levels up, he matures more and becomes tougher and change. There's a lot to it. It's like the typical kind of game type idea, but it's got some dark stuff in it as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
There's
will
badass
start off.
animation.
Oh well, of course it has dark stuff in it, but I would start off with saying that I'm shocked that there's there's a character, Korean character called Kwan Orwoo. Who would know? Um, that was a joke. You know, Koreans aren't great on their naming convention. They all got the same damn name. It's like going to a country where everyone's called
Oh,
John Smith
Or
oh
Muhammad,
no.
Muhammad,
or
Muhammad,
Muhammad.
Muhammad,
Yeah, Muhammad.
Ali,
Yeah.
Muhammad Hussein.
Yeah, but Muhammad is even worse though, because what does they don't even know their own damn history because they burned it all. Muhammad isn't even a name. It's a like a epitaph. It means like blessed. It's not even a name, but yet they use it as one.
Oh,
It's weird because they forgot their history because they literally burned it all. You know,
that's such a scary thought.
well, Muslims, but then again, we've had our times too.
Mm.
There's been periods where Christians have burned stuff, and I wish I had a time machine, because a lot of people say they go back
Yeah.
and get that Hitler guy. No. He can do his thing. I'm going back and killing those Christian bastards that burned down Alexandria and therefore the library, and all those Catholic priests that burned all the frickin' libraries in South America. That's what I'm on.
Where were those? Alexandria. How far back was the Library of Alexandria still around?
Oh, that's Constantine's fault because his mommy
Mhm.
suggested him to use the Christians to his advantage, and he says, "Okay, mommy," and he won a war and became emperor, and then he made them official to piss off all the other priesthoods and stuff because they wouldn't capitulate to what he wanted, and then later he threw all the Christians in a room and
Mm.
said, "You ain't coming out until you make one book," and they did 66 books. I think they were being ironic, but. And down there in Alexandria, of course, which is one of the territories of Rome, the Christians revolted against these pagans and they murdered and burned and killed everybody, including a library, and they did a lot of raping. But
That's not cool.
you didn't know how the Library of Alexandria was destroyed? And it's on the
Well, I was
Christians.
kind of wondering how
Well, let's
far
be
back it
honest.
went.
Romans had their time with it as well.
They weren't big
Well,
into book burning. No, they had two rules, Jeff. The Romans, their rules were very, very simple: pay your taxes and don't make a
Or
fuss.
die.
Yeah, or die. And that's the
that too.
result. That's true. Pay your taxes, don't make a fuss, or die. Yeah. That's pretty much the Roman way. But no, the Abrahamic religions are pretty bad about burning books. Unfortunately, you know. Uh,
I literally just wondering how long into the modern era. I think the Library of Alexandria was like even before then. Like I thought we lost that one even like back in like the way
oh
ancient times. I
no,
didn't
Library of
realize it had
Alexandria went
extended so far
down in
forward.
like 387 or someone could look that up for me.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in Roman times.
Still in Roman
Kind
times,
of
yeah.
still are. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, but our story today is an anime called Solo Leveling, and we're going to get to it. So, Jeff, get him to it.
Oh, right.
I can't find my kazoo.
Oh no.
I cleaned up my desk. I can't find my kazoo. Oh, there it is. Hang on.
Okay.
Yay!
Never clean up
You
your
saved
desk.
Very nice. Very nice.
There you go.
There we go. Go, everybody. Yeah, now,
Oh,
now, of course, we do anime from time to time here, and there is a lot of good
Mhm.
stuff to do, of course. There's some fun things. This is a relatively new one. It sounds like they've had 2 seasons, and Rabbit is telling me that they just got confirmed for a third, so good for them. Because a lot of things don't get into that third season,
Sometimes they take a while to come out as well. I mean, with One Punch Man season 3 is coming out soon. Well, ish.
Well, Saitama
Hopefully
is
it's
quite
animated well.
popular, even still.
Yeah, but the season 2 was animated so poorly because they rushed it out. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
okay.
Yeah.
Netflix actually are going to. I just saw that Netflix are going to do a live action version of Solo Leveling.
Well, is this a
Wow.
But then
Netflix?
again, you never know, do you? But then Netflix will probably cancel it after like the first season.
That's
what they do.
interesting. Well, yeah, no, they are bad about that.
Yeah, as I
Why?
was looking up reference, and it's okay.
Interestingly,
Articles about it.
we see a lot of stuff being picked up recently over the past decade, I guess,
Mhm.
that are things that are very recent, right? Like MCU, Marvel.
Mhm.
Pretty much all their storylines, especially since the end of Endgame, have all been the woke nonsense period where Marvel has failed and no one's reading it. It's all the new stuff. It's not the old
Mm.
classic stuff that made Marvel famous, right?
Right.
We've
Right.
seen a lot of this going on, and I'm not saying Solo Leveling isn't deserving of it, but that's a very new thing. There's a lot of cool old, anime stuff and manga that could be put in live action in a fun way, you know, because
There's
we
definitely some,
Cool.
yeah, that could be done. There's definitely some they should
for
definitely
sure.
avoid as
Oh well,
well.
that's
Like
true.
them only
Holy
tried Cowboy
Grails
Bebop, and
always.
that was so
Oh,
so
don't even
stupid.
bring it up. That's
Mhm.
sacrilege, dude. But no, the sacred cows don't touch that, and that's really been the problem we've had here in this current remake world that we live in. Because in the
Mhm.
'80s is really where it started, right? And in the '80s, what they did was they took old things that were cool ideas but failed horribly and remade them and got
Mhm.
hits. But in modern time, they're taking holy grail things, these sacred cow, amazing mega hits, and remaking them. And it's like, dude, you're fighting an uphill battle from day one. It's not
You
smart.
can't possibly make it better.
Yeah, there's very few. I would say probably the one of the. I know it's going to be a weird choice, but I think one of the more successful remakes of the modern era that worked really well was the Bourne Identity. And that I think
Mm.
is once again took
Speaking
something
of
obscure
action
that.
heroes being remade, I just saw too, like there's going to be a prequel story about Rambo being made.
Oh, that.
Oh
Of course
Oh,
God.
there is.
ew, ew. Where are you gonna find a weird-eyed, strange, droopy-eyed, Latino that speaks like that? Oh well, there's probably a million of them, I suppose. Um,
I think
but
that's most Italians, isn't it?
it is kind of. I grew up around a lot of Italians, a lot of testosterone. But yeah, I mean, the Born Identity was an example of the old way, where it wasn't really very popular, but it was a cool idea, and they turned it into a franchise. But
It was actually a good book.
oh, I didn't never read the book. Yeah, I never read the
Yeah, I
book.
read the book. Yeah, a
Yeah.
long time ago, back in the early '80s, or I guess mid '80s.
Well, the problem is, Eric, I'm 54 years
Yes.
old, soon to be 55 here very, very shortly, and I still have mandatory reading.
Really?
Yeah,
Who's mandatorying that to you?
my life.
Oh well, bummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the problems of being a teacher. You're always in the study. You never can never not be
Mhm.
studying and putting the book down. That's the problem of being a teacher, especially professional, professor level, university level.
Gotta keep learning, right?
Yeah, well, you got to stay on top of what's current and stuff. And it is cool though. I do like seeing what everybody's the actual professionals are working on. Um,
Mm.
it is nice keeping up to it. But it is quite a bit
Have
of
you?
work, man. I don't have much. When's the last time I read something for fun? I don't
Ooh.
know. It's been a while.
Have you? Because I know it's interesting learning new things. Have you been, like, from your perspective, been witnessing any of this kind of erasure where certain things seem to be changed? At least from a popular media standpoint, it seems to handle that way a lot. Does it as much from the academic or?
How much time do you have?
We have 2 hours,
I
Chester.
don't know.
Which is
I'm
normally
not
like
sure.
longer.
Yeah. No, actually, it's gotten to a point where I think I'm going to have to declare war soon.
Oh,
No, seriously, because the internet is washing the truth and replacing it with, corporate opinion. And unfortunately, the current
oh,
corporate opinion that has been winning for quite a while, we'll see, things are changing, has been
mhm.
from the China point of view. And therefore,
Oh,
you go on to Google. Google's the worst. Don't use Google, right? But you
right.
go on to Google and you
It's
search
Boulevard.
something, and the history it gives you is complete and absolute propaganda from the CCP. I'm not even
Oh my
joking.
god.
Yeah, it's bad.
Really?
It's really bad. Yeah, and unfortunately, people like me, who
Mhm.
have put in decades of their life downloading historical logs into their brain, we're going away.
Right.
We're kind of dinosaurs, you know. Most of the young historians and scientists, all they do is Google shit. They
Look
don't
stuff up.
study anything. Yeah. So when my generation's gone, I think we're in trouble.
Thank goodness. Well, I guess that's why it's good to be a teacher and to keep teaching. To keep teaching, not just pointing people to computers and saying this is the official story, but to actually relate what you know, and hopefully teaching people to question things too.
Yeah, but it is an unfortunate truth though, because there's not a lot of people who can look at an article and automatically know that that it's bull, right?
Mm,
Not everyone can do that, and of course, if it's difficult for you to research in what has become the
that's
standard
true.
way, which is Googling it, that becomes a
Right.
real problem because I grew up in a library, right? That was
Yeah.
my Google, right?
Dewey
Um,
Decimal forever, baby.
but dude, how many libraries exist around you right now?
We've got
1,
one
2,
big one.
3,
Actually, no, there's
4.
one down the road. There's one in Nottingham. We've got a few.
About
Okay,
5.
and how many have disappeared in the past 20 years?
Yeah,
One
I
that I
couldn't
know
tell
of.
you.
Well, across America, I don't know your country, Rabbit, but across America, we've lost 80% of our libraries.
Wow.
Oof.
Well, I'm sure we've
It's
lost
kind
quite a lot. I just not around here, I guess.
I guess it's kind of sad, but most of the libraries that we have lost, well, where I am, they've all been in the poorer neighborhoods.
Oh, of
There's
course,
still
of
some
course.
libraries in the more affluent ones,
Of course.
but
Well, those are the ones that the propaganda is for, isn't it? But and of
mm,
course, with the advent of AI, and AI is not, people had this image when we were young, that the computers would be the ultimate truth, right? The wing makers, for all of you who know that little bit of a conspiracy theory. But the simple fact of the matter is, no, the AI will be the tool of propaganda, the ultimate tool of propaganda, of course,
mhm,
and we're already seeing it. So it's it is what it is. But that is it is an interesting question, but yeah, no, the future is not bright as far as truth is concerned. And to be fair, I'm a historian, therefore I know better than anyone else that history itself is bunk.
mm,
It just gets worse and worse and worse. It's just trying to, the
mm,
whole part of why do we need historians? It's to try to go through all the nonsense and try to see if there's a glimmer of truth somewhere. That's what we're for, really.
right. What was
Yeah,
true? What happened? What did we
yeah,
learn from it?
yeah. But finding the truth
That's
is way more
interesting.
difficult than it should be, Amy.
Yeah.
You know, you've just validated Egyptologists.
You
What?
bastard! How dare you even let that word into your mouth? They are the bane of the world.
I just saying, just saying.
No, we all have value, of course. But
Of course.
Of course. Everyone's been trying to get me to watch that Shogun show, even my wife who liked it. I watched some clips from it, and it seems what they've done is they've taken the person who actually unified Japan, Tokugawa, who is an absolute bastard, and then
Mhm.
took the guy who actually lost. To Tokugawa, Nobunaga, who was actually badass cool, and squished them together to make the show. So he has all the
Oh,
cool aspects of Nobunaga, but yet he has the kind of storyline of Tokugawa. So
so complete falsehood.
complete, absolutely 100%. Yeah,
Well, it's
uh,
it's based on a novel from the 70s, isn't
it
it?
is. It
And then
is.
when that came out, yeah. I enjoyed the show. I really liked it. And I
It's
even
science
watched it
fiction.
subtitled.
Well, the interesting thing, because I only watched some clips, I haven't watched the show itself. I probably will eventually. But the thing I did think was cool about it was the fact that The whole show basically is in Japanese, but
Yeah.
it's not accurate 100% to the Japanese of the time, but it throws in
Hmm.
some well, in Japan, all the kids here, therefore every person in Japan, when they go to
Mhm.
school, they study various things, just like we do. Their history is very lacking. They basically just kind of study Japanese history, very little of it, a very narrow window of it, and then kind of the highlights of world history in a very kindergarten way.
Yeah.
But that's the way
Okay.
they do here. However, they also have, of course, they study Japanese, which, obviously. But they
Yeah.
also, from very young, they study ancient Japanese, right? Which would be Edo Jidai, which is the
Oh.
Shogun show is in that time. But of course, they don't study it. I mean, some people do, but the average Japanese person knows a few words. Like
Yeah.
if I say, would you like me to take your package down to the parlor, you lady, or my lady, or something like that? We're like, oh yeah, I get that, right? Yeah,
Right.
it's like that. They
Like,
they, they don't know much, and it's funny because it's they that's the amount of old Japanese they use in the show. It's that level of milady, that kind of stuff.
Really?
It's cute, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just modern Japanese.
Well, it was the only thing I didn't like about it. It's seriously missing some Tom Cruise teaching everybody how to shoot guns.
Damn right.
Mm.
Um, the dude, the guy who's
Felt bad
supposed to
after.
be the real life guy was a Dutchman, but they made him an Englishman working with the Dutch. So okay, fine.
I don't like that guy.
Well, no, he moves and his acting is bizarre.
Yes, there's something really off with
It's
it.
like he has Tourette's and he's on drugs at the same time, which is probably a bad combination.
But I think
Sometimes
in
those
Britain
things are
he's like a
true.
pop star or something.
I don't know. It's weird. But of course, that dude whose name I can never remember, he's like the only Japanese Western people even know. But he's pretty solid though.
Oh, the
Cool.
main guy, yeah.
Yeah, he is pretty good. And of course, the one thing I did like from because I watch a bunch of clips on the YouTubes, right?
Mhm.
The one thing I did appreciate is it showed they're not shying away, even though it's stupid Disney. They're not shying away of how absolutely primitive and savage the Japanese were. They were just
Hmm.
stupid, primitive people, and it's not afraid to show you that, and I like that.
Hmm. That is interesting. Not romanticizing the era too much.
No, because you shouldn't. Japan was
Right.
basically stuck in a death cult, is what it was, right?
Right.
Just
That can't be
stupid,
romanticized.
savage, primitive. They love using the word nambanjin, which would translate. They always translate it as barbarian, and of course, it's not really the word they want to use. Um, uh, but translations rarely are very accurate, unfortunately, because barbarian just means someone who speaks a different language. So therefore,
Right.
okay, that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But that's not how they're using
Mm-hmm.
it. They're calling us primitive savages. And there's book after book documented this concept, this perception from the Japanese at that time. So this is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the reality is they were ridiculously primitive savages.
Mm.
I mean, they hardly had
No,
any kind of technology whatsoever. They were just brutal death cult murderers.
that's not amazing.
Mm-mm.
No, when did didn't they at some point start trying to like reform, and then they ended up having like mimicking like Western culture with like the architecture? Like I think that there's like a city in
Sure.
Japan that's like really old brick buildings.
Oh yeah, no, that was during Edo Jidai where they closed the borders. But
Mhm.
I would have to get in historical speculation in that conversation, which I don't feel like I don't have the time. But
Oh right.
basically, they said, "You stupid Dutchmen, you stay in your little island and don't make too much noise, but make us money." That's the end of that. There you go.
But we like money, please, thank you.
Yes, but yeah, no, I mean it's a what ultimately happened was you had I think what really triggered it is around this time there were a lot of in the 19th century there were a lot of Europeans coming over to try to open up Japan and
Mhm.
to see what was going on in that little place. And you of course had with us with the black ships and Commodore Perry, who is the Perry family is
Mhm.
actually neighbors to my family, by the way.
Oh,
You
neat.
know, it is kind of neat. I
Cool.
I actually have
That's so cool.
well, I have a picture on my wall of my school. It's from the front of my family property, looking out into the ocean, and there's like a lighthouse right there. It's a nice little, because it just looks like a lighthouse ocean shot, but it's actually from my family's property. Um,
Oh,
but of course, right next to that is the West Lakes, and of course, on the other side you have the Perrys.
Well, okay. Do you ever go out there and just sing Madam Butterfly for no reason?
Oh God, no. Why would I care about China?
Shut up. China, that has nothing to do with China.
It has everything to do with China.
No, it does not.
Yeah,
That's
Supposed
where
to be
it takes
about
place.
that's where it takes place.
Yeah, but it's still Madam Butterfly. It's so cool. You get to sing that part.
No, okay, fine. I have attempted several times in my life to play Flight of the Bumblebee. Is that close enough?
Close
yeah.
enough. You can deal
Thank
with
you.
that.
All right, thank you.
That on a saxophone would be amazing.
It's brutal, actually, is what it is. It's just brutal.
It is.
I might pass out 2/3 of the way.
You might well. You
Do you
might well.
dress up as a bumblebee when you do
You shut up in my fantasies. No,
it?
dude, I'm telling you,
Wow.
that's brutal. When I had to play Yardbird, which is Charlie Parker,
Yeah.
or Ornithology, I just went over and over it and over it for weeks to get that right. It was so difficult. Yakety sax, that I can play it now quite easily, but boy, I worked my ass off to get that. That's a tough song.
Dude, well, when you're trying to
Oh,
play
I
a
thought you
kosher
were
note,
talking
yeah.
about Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back.
No, yakety
No, yeah.
sax, Benny Hill.
Yeah.
No, dude, that song is brutal. That was hard.
Well, you do realize that probably the dude that wrote that was probably just improvising,
I
and then you're
know,
having to
I
try to
know.
play
I
after
do.
improvising.
I do all kind of cool shit. People say, "Oh, that's amazing," and in my brain, I can't even tell you what I played. I know, I got it, but the rest of us have to suffer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You did your
I
job. You
I
played the
did,
saxophone
but
the right way.
that was brutal, dude. And Flight of the Bumblebee is ridiculous. Another one that's really hard for the saxophone is Milestones from Miles
Miles.
Davis. Yeah, and I'm not even talk about soloing because that's just open in key. I think it's A minor seventh. You can do whatever you want, but the actual orchestrated part, it's
Right.
ridiculous. The whole saxophone section is in chord, which is cool as shit. But I mean, it's a the whole damn song for like freaking 6 minutes. Miles Davis hates saxophone
Oh,
players. That's the situation. Miles Davis,
that's it.
he's jealous. He's just jealous. Nah, that's one of the most brutal things I've ever had to do in my life. It was really hard. But it's the stamina, right? Playing it isn't so difficult. It's the damn stamina.
Keeping
And
up with it.
I'm dying because I'm sitting here knowing that you got gutted one time like a fish or something,
I
and
did,
you think the hardest thing that ever happened to you was playing a saxophone solo.
dude. It's
And I-
brutal.
Just like you'd rather go back to the hospital
I would.
and do a sax solo.
You know what else we did? I was with the Rhode Island Youth Stage Band, right? And in 1986, I think it was, or 85, we were like ranked the number 5 saxophone section in the world. That's high school kids amongst adults, right?
That's really good, yeah.
It was. We got invited to the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. We did a whole bunch of stuff. It was really cool because we're kids, right? When you're kids, you get like these special opportunities, right? That normal
Yeah.
adults wouldn't get. But one of the things we were famous for is we played the Flintstones theme.
Mhm.
But we did it in we had like a section which was strange, a little bit of a oh, my brain is leaving me. What do you call it, Rosa, when da 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 da, and then another group said da 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 da
Oh,
da.
a circle?
A
You're
corral.
doing a round.
Around,
Yeah.
around. Thank you,
Round.
around. Thank you, rounds. Yeah. We had a round of the Flintstones, but it got faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Dun 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 da dun dun da da dun da 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 da. It is cool. It's really cool with a jazz orchestra,
It's
though.
also
It's
because
super cool. Yeah.
it's actually because it's syncopated. A lot of people don't realize this. It's Flintstones. Boom, meet the Flint. It's like this offbeat
Yeah.
syncopation that goes with it. That's actually really tough to imitate.
It is, but it is really cool though when you have a
Yeah.
jazz orchestra doing that. But
Mhm.
that was also brutal. That was brutal because you can't make one mistake, not one.
No,
No.
everybody knows it.
Yeah,
It'll collide into.
no, it creates a paradox. You didn't know that.
You realize that we're talking to people that may have never actually heard the Flintstones theme.
Well, go listen to it. But it was super cool. We were happy to
It
do it.
was.
We were excited it was popular, but it was just brutal, right? I mean, give me Gershwin any day. That's like a nice summer day with a frickin' martini or a mint julep. I mean, goodness gracious. Um, I'll take Gershwin is nice and easy. It's great.
Well, because Gershwin's lush and has those long phrasing.
Yeah,
Usually, even though it's got the cascading note ball.
sure.
And now we're getting into musician talk. Welcome to
are.
Musician Talk on
Welcome.
NPR today.
Oh,
We're
another one I really love was Sousa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Sousa's the bomb.
I
Can I say
because
bomb? We're gonna go.
well, you can. When I was like concert band or marching band, I played the sousaphone, of course, tuba. And but that I love that song. Boom, 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 boom. It's so much fun. I love that song.
But now you do know that's Meredith Wilson, right? You know that's Meredith.
No, I think it's Sousa, isn't it?
No, that is 76 trombones is actually Meredith
No,
Wilson.
no, no, no. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Them
Yeah, you
bass,
are. You
them
said 76
basses, them basses is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Peter Gunn
stuff.
was fun too.
Yeah.
That's a great, man. That's a great song too. Yeah,
Wake everybody up. All the people in the back.
yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, but these are easy. My point is, these things are easy, like super easy, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to have easy stuff, but then you get you get a director conductor who wants to do, I don't know, the galaxies. Oh yay, let's do
Of course
that.
they. That's fine. I don't see
Sure.
where that's a problem for a bunch of school kids. Or
Oh,
actually,
they
hold
don't
on.
care. You've never met high school band directors. They are slave drivers.
Very insane.
They're
Very
horrible.
insane.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no, they're horrible people. Yeah.
Don't say it that way. It's not. They're not horrible people. They're just have special needs.
Yeah, they were born with the
And if
devil's
they're trying
seed
to get
inside of them. Yeah.
no, if they're trying to get 30, to 40 people playing all in the same direction, and they only know 5 notes, think about this.
It's fair.
So
Hard.
It's fair. Yeah.
something in her.
Well, you know the thing. You know how I ended up playing tuba, Rosa? It's a quite a
Tell
funny
me.
story. Well, because I was a military kid, right? So I moved around a lot,
Yeah.
and I went to a whole bunch of schools, and I played saxophone since I was like 5, right? And
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
finally come. My dad is kind of pseudo retiring, and we came back to where
Mhm.
my hometown, and
Mhm.
I went to the high school, and I was before school and before orientation, all that kind of setup period, right? And
Right.
I went in to talk to him, and just to kind of sign up for the band, and he asked me what instrument I played, and I said, "Oh, I play saxophone." He didn't listen to me play. He didn't ask me any accolades or anything. He's like, "Oh, we got plenty of those. You play anything else?" I panicked.
But that
No, I panicked. I was like, "What? What? My saxophone's my whole life. What are you talking? What? What?" My brain is doing like this, right? So I just lied. I lied. I blurted out. I said, "I play tuba."
anything to get that sweet, sweet band time in.
You're right. And he said, "Oh, great. That's my instrument."
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, and I had
Oh
2
yeah.
weeks
That's what
before.
he says to everybody.
Maybe no, he's actual tuba player. But big old huge black guy. He was a real nice guy actually. But
Oh, cool.
I had 2 weeks. He gave me a sousaphone to take home, and the list of music, the sheet music we're going to play for the year. So I had 2 weeks to learn the tuba so that I wouldn't be
Dude,
found
how'd
out
you do
in
the
my lie.
Amisher? How did you switch Amisher that fast, though? For real?
I just you don't ask questions, you just get it done.
You know, it
So
wasn't like
were you able to fool the actual tuba guy, or did he kind of give you stink
Oh, I
eye
was
like
all
tuba?
state first year. Yeah. I was so good that the
Really?
university,
gifted.
the local university, had me come play in their marching band, their concert band, their jazz band, their pep band. Yeah, yeah,
You were
yeah.
a gifted child.
I was a bit of a prodigy when it comes to that stuff. But and it's not even changing embouchure, Rosa. It's also changing key signature because I went from treble clef to bass clef, which I had
Oh,
never
love
studied
Clef's
in my
easier,
life.
though.
But that's not the
Really?
point. I had never studied in my life though.
True, but
It's a
it's
treble
similar.
clef.
It's not like alto
Yeah.
clef would be harder to do or something like that.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
Rabbit's
but
right.
yeah, Rabbit is
Rabbit,
here.
didn't you play? Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. That's why I jumped this. I have to have
I
surgery
was
tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to.
14, Rabbit.
Yeah, fair is fair. I was
Yeah.
I think I was 12 when I learned treble clef, and I didn't learn the rest till I was at like college.
Yeah, I was just
No, I had
panicking.
to have surgery, and I was like, "Rabbit's here. I'm coming on right now because I love you, Rabbit."
There we go. But
I
yeah,
love
that's
you
all
guys.
funny stuff.
Oh.
But that's why you learn piano first. You learn piano because you learn how to play the bass line and the treble line both at the same.
Yeah, no. Piano would be the right way to go. Yeah, that is true. I
Yeah.
did everything backwards. I didn't learn piano and guitar until I was in university. I did
Really?
everything backwards. Yeah, because I was with that study, I was under a theory and education. So you're required to be able to play every instrument, right? To a certain level of competence. And I had never met because I have Erb's palsy in my left arm, right? So like a guitar and piano are brutally hard for me because I don't have that control, right?
Right.
So, but I had to get it done, and of course, my final graduation performance, the recital a test recital that I had to do, was a freaking list.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Okay, you just had to switch from one to one.
Well, I played horribly. I 6 months I put into that, but I think my professor was just being kind. To be fair,
Shoot.
everything
That's a
else.
lot. To
It is, but everything else I did well. Even the guitar was better than I expected, but he just let it slide, I think, because it wasn't great. I'm not a good piano player.
I think I'm sure you did very well, especially with everything you had to overcome to get there.
Well, I don't think they care. Have you never met a professor before?
Well,
We
he
are
gave you a
we are
pass.
heartless. No, we are heartless people. Although we can be bribed, just so you know.
Oh, so
Whoa.
you some cookies?
Cookies are pretty girls that write things on on the inside of their eyelids. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
The inside of their
I
eyelids.
Hey, Dr. Jones.
Thank you.
Yeah, really.
Thank you. I'm glad someone got the reference.
I did.
That is an obscure little scene from the movie that you would completely forget, though, right?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, I always wanted to do that. I'm gonna like write stuff on my eyes and do
For
that
the
while my husband's
professor.
preaching one day.
Oh
Like,
no, don't do that.
must-see.
That's mean. That's
No,
just
it'd be
mean.
funny. It'd be
It
funny
would
as all
be
get out.
funny.
I'd probably.
Yeah, but he might throw a Bible
No
at
time
you,
for love,
or
Dr. Jones.
or maybe a hymnal.
You throw a hymnal at me. I'm at the piano. He's gonna miss.
Yeah,
It's over to the side. It's
Yeah.
on his bad side. He can't reach it.
yeah. But I
Rabbit,
mean,
do you play piano?
I'm sure we've
I had
all
to
had our
ask.
challenges in life, right? We've all had things we've had to
Yeah.
step up and get done, even though we weren't good at it. So,
Sight reading, I freaking hate it.
Yeah, now see, that's something I'm great at, right?
Really?
No, I was amazing at sight reading. Yeah, it's just
I'm
certain
horrible.
other things I was horrible at, like piano.
Now I can play by ear. I've been able to play by ear since I was, complex stuff
Yeah,
from memory.
it's a handy
But I
skill.
can't sight read to save my life. I can't do any of that stuff. I
You know,
faked it for 10 years until finally my dad was like, sat me down and said, play this. And I was like, I can't. And he said, how did you learn? I said, I listened to my sister. And he stopped sending me to piano lessons
aw,
because I'd been
aw.
the whole time.
Actually, there was a little Asian kid in my when I was down in the South in band, and that was a big giant marching band, like I don't know, 400 people or something ridiculous.
Mhm.
But a little Asian guy, and he couldn't read music to save his life, but he had perfect, and I do mean perfect pitch.
Wow.
Right? I mean, he had learned enough to because his English was horrible, but he had learned enough that he could call out E flat ninth or something like that. He could call it out.
Dude.
He'd learned that, but his pitch was so impeccable. I mean, I have pretty good pitch, but damn, that guy, unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they do exist, is my point.
Yep. Oh.
Those
Do you
rare
think, like,
unicorns.
oh,
Yeah.
to be able to sight read and play by ear, or do you think people tend more towards one than the other?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think people get caught in
Mm.
ruts, actually. One of the things that helped me the most in my life to improve myself musically, because I was a sight reading machine, right? I mean, I was
Oh,
100%
Yeah.
trained musician, right? But when I came over to Asia after I got done with the Hard Rock Cafe tour, because I'm just playing saxophone with bands, right? I was
Yeah.
actually
You're
I
just doing
told you, I was the only white dude in a black guy band.
that's a special moment though.
Yeah.
That's like when you know you finally made it.
Yeah. Well, in Asia, it was even more special because the girls only cared about the white dude. The black dudes are pissed. I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But anyway, jokes aside, but when I started up a band here, so what first happened to me here, Rosa, is because they knew who I was when I moved to Japan, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the music people knew. And they put me in. They created this band called Cornucopia. It was an all-star band, right? And we did stuff. We cut albums. We did stuff all over the place. But it was very rote type of music, and there was a couple songs that were written for it, but it was mainly just kind of classic standard stuff.
But
And
I never.
well, what happened was we were playing. It was a good band, a really technically amazing band, right? But I was at I don't know, Fuji Rock, or I was at some festival, some big huge festival, and John Mayer was there, and I'm sitting backstage chatting with him, and because I seen his set and he had seen my set, and I was basically saying, "Oh, it was a really good job. You're," because I didn't know who he was, and I said, "You're an excellent musician," and he said, "Oh, thank you very much." And I asked his advice. I said, "What'd you think of the band? What do you think it could need?" Because I was technically the leader, even though I didn't put it together. He says,
Did you say more cowbell?
"No, that would have been epic. That would have been epic." He said,
Yeah.
"No, you need a better piano player." And of course, really the problem with my piano player is he was just drunk. But you need a better guitar player, and you need vocals.
Rabbit.
What was that, Rabbit?
It wasn't me. I didn't say anything.
And
You need to turn up your volume.
you need
It's like very low.
oh, fine, yeah, you need the vocals because it was just an instrumental band. And I took it to heart, and that's where I created Wildcats, which was a rockabilly Stray Cats cover band. And then after that, I created Blacktop, which is mostly original work. But one point I'm getting to is I switched to like blues, which I had never played in my life, right?
wow.
I'm a jazz rock, pop musician, right? I wasn't blues at all, but I didn't know how to do it. I know that sounds weird. You're a professional
Blues is
musician.
easy.
Yeah, but not if you're coming from a jazz mind.
No, jazz is
No, it is
crazy to
different.
me. I don't understand jazz.
See, we understand each other. So
Mhm.
I had to learn to play blues, and I found the most amazing guitar player, and he taught me how to think like a blues player. And what that did is it changed me from a sight reader into an ear player,
Really?
playing by ear. Yeah.
Well, now I think that is the difference on, and I say this because I think of jazz as being by ear, but that's largely improvisational. But blues is a by ear feel.
100%.
You feel
Yeah.
what's coming up behind you. And that's, in fact, I have only one claim to fame musically. I say I have only one because I'm a church musician, and some of y'all know that. But I am actually, look me up, Rebecca Hancock Snow, one of the top 100 women in blues.
Oh, wow.
And nobody knows that, actually, for doing Summertime with Wayne Hancock. And
Oh, that's nice. I
and
love that song, by the
somehow,
way.
for whatever, yeah, it's a fantastic song. And it was just the perfect mix, and it did great. But once again, that was one of those things that's the by ear part of blues, the slide, everything else, nailing the slides, nailing the pitch changes, and being able to mix it in with whatever somebody else is doing on stage at the same time.
Mhm.
It's by feel. And it really is. It's getting it all shifted into gear because your people are going to change their mind almost every night when they're playing. It's different almost every time. And so I think that's where the real difference is.
Jeff had gas. We know, Jeff, better out than in.
No, don't dive, guys.
Trying to help him. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, music is music, and it's a lot of fun. But I am happy for the experience, though, because it changed my thinking 100%. How to do things, and that is cool because music is they say it's a journey. I know it's kind of cliche, but it is. But it's also kind of like a drug,
Well, it is, especially when you can't quit.
Yeah. That is true. That's right, Rabbit. Yeah. But that was good advice that Mayor gave me. I know a lot of people don't like him very much for some reason. Now I know who he is now, but I don't know. I thought he was pretty good. 'Cause I saw him live and I had no clue who he was, and I thought he was pretty solid musician. He's really good. So when I asked his opinion, I meant it.
Because this is someone who can point me in a direction I want to go.
Yeah, he's really good. Of some reason, he's one of those I don't know, controversial or something. He seems to get a lot of hate, and love and hate. I don't know why.
Like Nickelback.
Why?
Well, Nickelback deserves it though.
They do not. I don't know. I like John Mayer quite a bit.
Yeah, but he gets a lot of flack though, dude. He does.
Yeah. I have no idea why. I've always liked his music.
He's very solid musician, man. Very solid. I actually, in my band, I do his song Gravity.
Ooh. You don't do Your Body is a Wonderland?
No, I Gravity's hard enough for me, to be honest with you. But I've got that to the point I could sing it and the lady swooned.
Probably because he was overplayed.
Go ahead.
That's probably why people don't like him.
He's say it again, Elrod. What did Elrod say?
I'm not sure. It roboty a little.
Yeah, it roboted out. I couldn't hear it. What did he say, Eric?
I didn't hear.
I heard got sick of him, but I don't know what that was in connection to.
Why is Elrod having problems? He never has problems.
I don't know.
That is weird.
Elrod's usually the good shot.
Everybody's roboting tonight.
Are they?
Dude. Okay, we had several major solar flares in the last 24 hours.
It's been bad, yeah.
So that may be it.
Well,
but I can't hear. I can't at all.
There's a solar ribbon that's lashing us right now that is what, like 100 Earth lengths long.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think so. Well, I'm getting all kind of buzzy noise. Someone's popping on me here.
Uh-oh.
It's the Discord. Discord's having a fit. I see. Yeah, I see what problem he's having. Okay. Yeah, no, Discord is having a fit.
Yeah.
All right. That is what it is.
I love you guys. I gotta bounce. I gotta go get ready for surgery tomorrow. So I love you
Good luck.
guys. Have a good
Nope,
Okay.
good luck.
Good luck, Rosa.
Pray
Yeah.
for you,
Love you.
Rosa.
Mwah, mwah. I love you, Rabbit. I was so glad to see you. I love you.
See ya.
Bye.
Hey, Rosa. Bye.
Love you. I love you too. I love y'all.
I had actually at that same event that I met Mayor, I met Dave Matthews with Frankenstein. And no, that band that band rocks hard, dude. That is a great band.
Nice.
Yeah. That's probably the best band I saw at the show. They had that other girl there. What was her name? She's like a Canadian Alanis Morissette, who I think Alanis Morissette is Canadian as well. She's like cute little
Skater
thing.
girl.
Yeah, skater girl.
Skater boy.
Yeah.
So like
What is her?
I can't remember. Cute little thing though, little teeny cute girl, but very much Alanis Morissette punky ska
God dang
thing.
it.
Anybody? I can't remember either. But she was pretty good. Is my point. Her band was solid.
Was she
They
part?
were.
No doubt.
Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Levine. It was a Jew name, I remember. Yeah, no, no, I've never met Gwen Stefani. Although I'm a fan. I mean, she's an idiot human, but musically, she's pretty badass. That girl can
Does she
drop
do
a
her
groove,
own?
man. What was that?
Does she write her own music and stuff too, or is she mostly
Gwen
vocal
Stefani,
performance?
with no doubt. I don't know if she's the writer or not. I know her dead boyfriend. I think he was the original writer. I don't know who picked up after that. I'm not sure. She probably collaborates in a band environment. And I'm sure Rabbit can confirm this. A lot of times, what happens is the musicians write the song, and then the singer puts lyrics to it. This happens a lot.
Well, I do both. So.
Well, yeah, well, and then you have that situation too, but you know what I mean, Rabbit. So I don't know. Maybe it's like that. I don't know her situation, but I just know that girl can drop a rhythm.
No doubt.
No doubt. Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Well, that's a really good ska band, man. Maybe
They
the
were good
quintessential
back
ska
in the day.
band.
They did a lot of stuff with Sublime's things as well. They
Yeah.
were really good.
They
until
were,
she
dude.
decided to fuck them off and become a shit singer instead.
Wow, they always do that, don't they? Pink, did you see Pink before she got bought by corporate? She was badass, dude. Pink used to be awesome, and then she went commercial, ruined herself.
She went blonde.
She did. But she was an angry punk girl with mega daddy issues. And boy, did she pour it out. She was really good. And then they corporate got a hold of her. And it was one of the greatest disasters in music history, Pink.
Oh, it's too bad.
What
They never
more daddy issues?
Oh, they all got daddy issues, right? Yeah, it is unfortunate, Amy. It really is, because she sold out. Because actually, the girl Pink, whatever her real name is, she's actually has a head on her shoulders. She's not a standard pop idiot. Allison's her name. She's capable.
Alicia. It's Alicia.
Alicia, because she's a real singer-songwriter, an actual one, right? Not like Katy Perry, who's not really sure what the difference between a brick and a rock is. You see.
You can make a house out
She's
of
an
that.
astronaut.
She's got plenty of problems with her.
Yeah, well, sure, but I don't know.
She's an astronaut.
I mean, can we really
sweat her
give her?
singing so much.
We
She's a
can't.
scientist.
We can't give her too much trouble, guys. I mean, come on. She's dumb.
She's a scientist.
Yeah.
Singing's not her strength. Her strength is science.
Science.
Oh.
Astronauting.
Okay.
It was such a bad.
She's been to the stratosphere.
She has. It. That was such a tragedy, dude.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, it was quite a joke.
What timeline am I in right now?
Well, I mean, how did they think they were getting away? You know, the sad thing is, I bet you because Bezos sends people up on that rocket ride all the time, rich people, right?
That's
There's many people have done that rocket ride, but she didn't go up. They didn't. At least she and the other lady didn't go up. So I'm assuming it was insurance problems. Is the ultimate probably reason? Insurance issues with her label?
so she didn't go
No, that was
on the
completely faked, which is
rocket.
unfortunate because they do
They
it
probably
all the
couldn't
time.
afford it.
Yeah,
No, I
Champagne
don't
went
think
up.
so. I don't think so. I don't think she went up at all.
It's not that rich.
You know they didn't. I don't think any of them did. Let's be
I don't
honest.
know. They're only going up into the cresting into the thermosphere. They're not
Stratosphere. Yeah.
the
But
actual
how?
real astronauts are only going up into the
They're not going into
thermosphere.
space.
No. They don't even get into the exosphere.
Mm.
And I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Does that Bezos rocket does it even make the stratosphere? That's 50 kilometers. I don't know if they even get that high, dude.
I think it just great. Yeah,
You understand the words coming
it
up?
gets like on the edge of it. That's why there's no burn mark. They don't get high enough to
That's
burn on
true.
re-entry.
Well, that you have to get past the Kármán line to have that problem, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I thought they were
Yep.
more in the troposphere, but whatever. The point being
Yeah,
is
so-
no. That's the point.
The
Yeah,
point is,
no.
Yeah, and we don't go into the thermosphere because, well, death.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Well,
We
radiation.
want to avoid
is-
that.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
We don't go into that so deeply. We send satellites up, past that all the time. But of course, a lot of people don't
Video.
understand the fact that the moon is technically in our atmosphere. It's not actually in space.
Well, I guess it would have to be in our orbit, right?
It is.
Otherwise, it would.
Which moon? There.
Oh, now okay.
Which moon?
Now you did it. Okay.
Which one?
Did what?
Huh? Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. We've seen a lot of those kind of film and photographs. We've also seen for what, a good decade now, Eric. We've seen double suns all over the world, dude.
I've never seen one.
I haven't even either, dude. But there's video after video
Only
after
on
video.
Tatooine. Tatooine is the only place I've seen one. So
That's true. That is true.
Might be why they tell you shouldn't look at the sun, because there might be two of them.
Because you
Or
get superpowers.
or
Oh my
it
You see
gosh!
the truth.
might burn out your retina.
That's boring version.
Hmm That's what they say until you get Cyclops powers.
Yeah, well, I can give you actual contemporary truths to that. There was a person here not too recently that got hit by jellyfish stings, and they were rather susceptible to
wow.
it. And they were
Oh.
drowning. The lifeguard saved them, pull them out, and trying to resuscitate them. But of course, they were paralyzed and they didn't know what to do. But they had a pulse, and they called the ambulance, and everyone was running around like a chicken with their head cut off, of course.
Sure.
But the whole time he's paralyzed. This
Okay.
guy, he's just laying on the beach. His eyes are wide open. He's looking at the sun the whole time, blind now.
Mm. Oh, poor
Yeah.
thing.
Poor thing.
Well, that's the jellyfish venom nullified the effect
Fair.
of the superpowers.
That's probably what it was.
If
That's
it
true.
had been a cobra bite, he'd probably be able to levitate or something. But
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Jellyfish.
if you're bitten by a cobra while you're struck by lightning, you gain superpowers.
Do you have that list on you? Can you tell me what
Everybody
happens
knows it.
when you get hit with a scorpion bite and a black mamba at the same time? What's the list say?
The same time?
No, because you never know.
That's fair.
Oh, it's got that randomized factor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mutation.
It could be anything.
Based. I
Mutation.
think I read that somewhere.
So, Rabbit, you've seen this show, and it sounds like Armoron has as well. Can you guys tell us, what kind of monsters are they fighting in this show, Solo Leveling? What's the deal? Are they demon-like, or are
There's
they
demons? There's goblins.
Yeah,
there's,
like demons, like
wargs.
medieval sort of
Always.
creatures. You got like werewolves and like orcs. There's like a tribe of orcs, sort of thing, and they're all just like extremely powerful. Like this dimension they go into.
Right.
It's just extremely powerful. Like they're
So
just
they go into this dimension to
you
fight
have like
monsters.
the S rank hunters.
All right,
They're
right.
basically celebrities.
Oh, I get it.
They're like super celebrities. Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah, you got like the
So now,
and this upstart comes along like this unknown, and he's just like he's basically it's overpowered, just like classic
yeah,
current
very
anime these
anime
days.
based.
The overpowered protagonist, you know.
Explain to me how Earth is at threat, though.
Because if they
Oh,
don't
it's just like
destroy
these portals are opening up everywhere across the planet, like in places, and like the hunters are tasked with going in and trying to close these portals, or else these monsters will just pour through into the real world.
Oh, okay. Rabbit, there was wasn't there like a anime style video game that came out a few years ago that was kind of like that?
Well, there is a game of this, so it could be that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
When
there
did?
is like a
Oh,
free-to-play game of it. Yeah.
oh, maybe that's what I saw. But yeah, because exactly that they were being beamed into a location to stop these rift openings, and of course
Raids. Yeah, they're
yeah,
going on raids like like in an
like Raid,
MMO,
yeah,
like
like Raid, yeah,
yeah.
but more modern.
Oh,
No, because they were porting into cities and stuff like that. It was some countryside stuff, but it was it was very modern time.
yeah, there was one race like an ant like a race of ants, like giant ants that kind of like that came in to one city, one island, like on an island, and they pretty much devastated the population. And
No,
that was
our picnic baskets.
Yeah, but
Let's get him, Yogi.
Well, at least the lead guy doesn't look like a wuss.
Well, he does to start with, kind of.
he's like the classic Korean pretty boy, K-pop.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's
he
true.
starts off like as this like, kind of like just like a nobody, like teen kid, like nothing
just a
extraordinary
tall
about
woman.
him.
So I'm looking at
And yeah,
later versions of
he
it.
basically evolves like because of his like the ability he gains where he can level up. It actually evolves his body. Like he becomes much taller. Yeah, taller, leaner.
What I'm seeing is a very handsome, strong-looking dude. And a lot of times with the Japanese anime, they're small runts who whine and whinge all the damn time.
Yeah, that's basically how he started off. Like that's how he started off, and like towards the latest episodes, he's like, yeah, what you see now, the confident-looking dude.
Yeah,
tall and
no, he
dark
looks cool
and-
actually. Yeah, and I mean, one of the worst examples for that, and I hate this show, is Evangelion. Evangelion's got some great animation.
You're like Shinji.
I hate that
Shinji.
character. He's such a little shit to the
He's
very
supposed to be
last
like that,
scene
though.
of the story. He's a little shit.
He
Yeah.
never grew.
He never
That's not the
learns. He
point,
has no
though.
story arc. He's a horrible little pathetic thing. I hate it.
It's just about. It's because it's about adolescence.
And no, I get it. All of the masturbation and all the, I'm sexually confused. I
What?
get it. No, it's one of those dumb things, Eric. It's someone trying to be philosophical who, even though they're probably our age, who doesn't understand philosophy at all. That's the problem with Evangelion, right? And it sounds like this guy probably had some issues in his life where maybe he had some erotic issues or something. He had something weird going on in this guy's
other
brain.
issues, because that's what it's all about.
Whatever
like
it is,
but with his dad,
it's kindergarten. It's so primitive philosophy. Now I get it's an anime. It doesn't have to be earth shattering. I get that. But
did you ever watch the redone ones though? The movies, they're really good.
I've seen the entirety of Evangelion because my kids love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't stand it. It's for me the worst thing. Another one I'm not a big fan of, but my son adores when he was little, is Hunter x Hunter.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's got some good stuff in it, but that main character irritates the hell out of me, dude.
I don't know. I think the first time they took a stab at it, I didn't think it was that good. He was a bit, but the second time they did it closer to the manga, it was very good.
Well, you know what was great was Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, Brotherhood was amazing.
Yeah. Now that
Mhm.
is taking a shot at once again it's for the general audience, so it's not that sophisticated, but that was a good look at an Asian perspective of the seven deadly sins and how they affect the world, right? Now, but that's an amazing anime though.
Nice.
Hmm.
So there are some good ones.
Oh, of course there are many.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
just picky, it sounds.
No, there are
No one
many good
likes
ones.
rogue
I don't
stuff, though.
disagree. I don't disagree. I just I hate the whiny whinger. I hate it, dude.
Are there
Stuff
any
doesn't seem
characters
good.
that start off that way but
They all
then
do.
grow up?
Of course, there are many. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
I
common
Because
would.
it is
hero
difficult.
trope in manga and anime.
It is
Shonen mainly.
unfortunately. And the
Mhm.
girls whose boobs bounce no matter what they're doing, they exist as well. But I don't have much complaint about that. But like for instance, Guts in Berserk, I love his story arc. It's
Yeah,
dark
he
as
never
hell.
whines once.
He doesn't whine a single time, no. But a guy like Guts, that's a sad story though.
Yeah.
I liked Claymore.
That's kind of the same genre, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was women focused, but they didn't whinge and whine either.
You didn't get a lot of that in the old school 80s
Yeah.
and early 90s stuff. It's more modern kind of thing, I think.
I'm looking through the art here in Solo Leveling. It's not bad, dude. It's not bad at all. This reminds me a little bit of Bleach.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to finally get back and finish.
Well, the art style, yeah.
I love, the manga. You mean? Do you mean the comic? It's a web comic, isn't it? The original Solo Leveling.
I don't know.
Bleach?
I do know that that's another one my kids liked, and I personally actually kind of liked Strawberry's story arc.
Strawberry story arc?
His name is Ichigo.
Yeah, she's
Strawberry.
got red hair, and it's unusual in Japan.
Yeah, you think?
Strawberry.
Well, I mean, you don't get many gingers over there, do you?
No, not at all. Actually, the Japanese have extremely dark black hair, and it's very thick. I mean, like you could beat someone to death with it. So thick their hair, heavy, thick hair. But they do have there's a lot of racial mixing, so you get some stuff occasionally. That's true.
Unless they're bleaching it and stuff.
Oh, they do. I hate that, dude. I want to kind of stand up to the Asian world and say, look, if you're not a skinny white girl with a pointy elven face, stop with the little pixie blonde hair. Stop it.
I think it depends on how you do it, because I bleach my hair constantly.
Yeah, no,
In fact,
but
I haven't had the normal hair color.
You have the body
Punks and
for
yakuza
it.
style. I suppose I see what you mean.
Yeah,
some of the Japanese can look pretty intimidating, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but they got these big old wide jaws and flat faces, dude. Blonde hair doesn't suit them. It's kind of like seeing a foreigner in a kimono. It's awful.
You can imagine that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just don't have the proportions for it.
Nope. It's not made for you. Their bodies are different than ours. I mean, obviously. But yeah, no.
They sure don't fit right.
No, they don't. Of course they don't, because it's not made for you, and it looks horrible on a foreigner and see them in a kimono.
Well, look at Steven Seagal.
Well, he's not wearing a kimono though.
Yeah, I've seen him in kimonos.
No, you've seen him in a hakama.
He doesn't look right at anything though.
Well, he is yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the poor guy.
I don't know about that. But yeah, no, it's like I was watching some of those Shogun scenes I was talking about earlier, right? And there's a scene where this royal girl is kind of trying to fight with Naginata, which makes sense because women were trained with that to protect the village when the men were away. But they had her doing a fight scene in a kimono, which is ridiculous.
Oh.
No one would ever do that.
Was it just like in the middle of like they were at a party and the ninjas just showed up and she's like, well, I'm doing this, or
No, it
was it?
was more political what was happening in it. But and of course she had no chance of winning. But then again, the men weren't going to hurt her anyway because she's a woman, a noble woman.
Well,
But
like that much
that wasn't the point of the scene.
ability?
She was making a
Mm,
scene, is what was happening. But she's fighting in a kimono, and that's stupid. That would never be done.
mhm,
It's a very it restricts your movement incredibly, which is why modern Japanese women don't wear them.
right. Not convenient for moving around in. Same
Yeah.
reason most people don't wear, big bustly ball gowns anymore.
Yep,
Like,
that's right.
uh,
Unless you're going to a
just
ball.
uncomfortable. Yeah. Not saying it's not cool. Just saying you can't really get anything done.
No,
So
especially a bustle. You ever worn one of them?
I've seen
Are you
some
about to
videos
tell
on
us you have?
No, I just was
Oh, okay.
Val Kilmer popped in my head for a second, so I had to give a little bit of Tombstone.
Huh.
Like, hey, you ain't wearing a bustle.
Now I know why. Oh, what did he call her? You naughty lass or something like that.
Oh, I haven't watched it in about a couple months. I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, that is such
couple months.
an epically good movie, dude. Val Kilmer
It is.
owns every scene. It's insane.
Agreed.
Dude, it's one of the best performances in movie history. Val Kilmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
there are movies that overall you can say are better in scope, cinematography, and many things. But as far as
Sure.
Val Kilmer's acting, it's legendary in that movie. It's unbelievable. Why?
Does it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that's one that would be? Is it excessively violent, or do you think it would be okay to watch? Or
No, it's not excessively violent. It's just talking about the story of Wyatt Earp.
It's not RoboCop.
No,
not
it's not RoboCop at
No,
all.
it's not RoboCop.
No, it's Wyatt Earp's story, and of course he's a famous
historical.
lawman. I say
historical
that
drama.
with air quotes. But Kurt Russell, Douglas? No, Kurt Russell. Yeah, Kurt Russell is
Kurt
playing
Russell.
Wyatt Earp, and of course Kurt Russell is amazing in anything he does. It's got Sam Elliott playing his brother, who Sam is just brings charisma and cool just standing. And Val Kilmer plays Doc Holliday, and my goodness. And it was that actor's name plays Johnny Ringo. He does a good job too.
Michael Biehn.
Oh, I forget his name, but he was in Aliens and
Biehn.
other movies too.
No, that's
He's
not
the,
Michael Biehn. Isn't Michael Biehn the guy who did
Yes,
Sharp?
it is.
Yes,
That's
No,
Sean
no.
Bean.
Sean, sorry, thank
Yeah.
you. Michael Biehn.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Michael Biehn.
he's
and,
good.
Powers Booth is Curly.
Oh, I know, dude. Oh, the movie is so epic. It's really good.
Is it Bill Paxton?
Yep. Yeah, it is Paxton. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the brothers too.
Yeah, but no, it's
He's
great.
Shot, isn't he?
Yeah, it's great. Now there is an extended version which gets much deeper into the Cowboy War, but you don't need to watch that. Just watch the original theatrical one. But everyone did a good job. It's a great movie. But I'm talking very specifically, Amy, about Val Kilmer.
when you see, you will know it's that good.
No, it is that good. It's I don't I can't explain it to you. Yeah.
Listen to him. It's that good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's like one of those things. Like, have you ever seen Lawrence of Arabia? Yes.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I don't know if I got through the whole thing.
That is a 4-hour movie. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't get through the whole thing.
And it's it's never the pace never slows. It's never boring. You don't feel like you just sat 4 hours watching a movie, even though you did. It's one of the reasons why it's considered a great movie is because the pacing and the cinematography is so amazing. And of course, it is looking at the human condition quite deeply. But it's kind of falls into that category. It's not everything necessary is perfect, but one thing is perfect, and in this case, it's Val Kilmer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder, that's probably streaming somewhere, right?
Oh,
Someone's
you
gotta
can
have it.
It
just
is always streaming somewhere.
yeah, just go to the
Somewhere.
Finnish databases. It's on there. Both
Ooh.
It
versions of
is.
it. Yeah.
It's one of the very few movies that, no matter where it is in the movie, if I see it on when I'm scrolling channels, I stop and watch.
Yeah,
It's
it is one of those movies that just stops you. Elrod is not here anymore. It's a shame.
oh,
Did he leave?
What'd you do? What'd you say to him, dude?
I did something. It's always my fault. That's true.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Dare you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my child.
Oh, did you hear? Greta Thunberg is very upset. I know everyone's shocked.
What have we done?
What about now?
Well,
What
she
now?
was off the shore of
How dare
Malta,
you?
and her boat sank. And of course, even though she's nearly 3,000, 2,000 plus miles away from Israel, they did it.
wait,
well,
what?
that makes sense.
Israel
What?
sunk a boat off of Malta?
Well, because she stands with Palestine, you see, and she feels that she's so globally important that everyone knows what she does every second, and therefore the Israelis, Mossad, are watching her all the time because she's so important.
She's important.
They don't give a
Well,
crap
in her
about
own
her.
mind, yeah. No one cares about her.
Huh.
That to be fair, what we should have for her is pity, because that's a child that was
Absolutely.
abused by her parents and everybody else around her, and it's disgusting.
Mhm.
Look how small and truncated she is. She's been physically abused by the vegetarian
what do they
vegan
call it?
diet. What do you say?
Yep.
Well,
Neglect.
Munchausen, maybe.
The what's the alcohol syndrome, whatever it's called?
What? Not having enough nutrition? It's called malnutrition.
Well, yeah, mother is alcoholic when she was pregnant with her, or something.
Munchausen by proxy. Oh no, I see what you're saying. Oh, that I don't know what that is offhand. Yeah, no, we should have pity for her because that's an abused child. But it is disgusting how the media uses her. But then again, the media is disgusting in general.
Yeah.
Very abusive most of the time.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're horrible.
How dare they?
And they don't learn a damn thing either. That's for sure.
Well, they still do what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point they're going to have to realize the gig's up. Then what are they going to do?
Well, it looks like MSNBC is closing, so maybe we'll see a little bit of cascade here.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All because of the view. Because they decided to open their mouth against what's her name from Trump's administration, the press lady or whatever.
Oh, the real aggressive one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's so ridiculous. I mean, they're still trying to paint this idea that Kamala lost because of not only racism, which I'm still waiting to be told what exactly her race is, because she seems to shift. You know, one day she's a white lady, then all of a sudden she's Indian, and then she's black. So I'm not really
Well,
sure.
her race is whatever it needs to be at that time.
That
she's
one.
She's a chameleon.
So we're being accused. She lost because of racism, and oh, wait for it, you would never guess, sexism. Yeah, had nothing to do with the fact that she's a moron. They couldn't put one sentence together properly. Has nothing to do with the fact that no one thought she could win anyway. They just need to spend that $1 billion and need to get that in somebody's pocket, right? But they got to spin their yarn. They got to do their propaganda. So I guess it is what it is.
Oh yeah, no, she would have been amazing. Everybody knows it.
No. And of course, they keep talking about Hillary lost because of sexism too. It's like, oh, really? Benghazi had nothing to do with that. Her,
you're a terrible person.
Yeah, terrible person. Her corruption, her email fraud, all that kind of stuff. None of that had nothing to do with it. Okay.
Star Wars, that's not sexist.
No, that's not. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're just sexist no matter what. Of course, she did call half the country. What was it? Deplorable.
Deplorables.
Yeah. Well, technically, a
Seriously?
quarter of the country was in the basket of plurals, to be fair. But yeah, no, and she's surprised she didn't win. You know, where you get
Well,
Trump coming up, and he didn't like his opponents, but he talked to all of America, saying, "I'm going to be your president for everyone." Now he knows that, of
mhm,
course, a lot of people won't like him anyway, but he understood the politic of it,
mhm.
right? It's
Mhm.
like
He's
Tom
a good
Cruise has been going around the world promoting his movie, as you do, and
Sure.
he was sitting over here in Korea, and had one of the he was at a Q&A with with the press, and
Mhm.
one of the ladies asked him, a Korean lady, asked him, Trump is talking about putting tariffs on any movie made outside of America. What's your opinion on that, seeing as most of your movie was made outside of America? And of course, what did Tom Cruise do? Exactly what Tom Cruise should do. He said, "Oh yeah, we'd rather take questions regarding the movie, please."
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
shocking. He went and said, "Hey, thanks for coming to see my movie. We love you guys. We hope you love it. We love the
Mhm.
support, and please support us." As you should, right? Normal stuff.
Normal, yeah, just normal.
Yeah, normal. I love
That's right.
you all. Normal.
Mhm.
You know,
Thanks for
how
supporting our film.
yeah, how
We're
dare
still
he
gonna
even?
see movies everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We love making movies,
We love making movies.
and we love that you love watching them.
that right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
simple, right? But no, they have to
Yeah. Yeah.
chastise us.
Mhm.
So,
No, I have an opinion on that.
well, if you don't like
I
their
know.
movie, you see, you're some kind of ism.
Right.
Right.
There's
Yeah, it
something
can't.
wong if
Yeah,
you
something wrong with you. They can't be. It can't be anything
Can
wrong with
be
their movie.
socialized.
Yeah, it's
I
really
mean, it could
stupid.
just be not your cup of tea. Occasionally that happens.
Well, and to be fair, there are some idiots over in Britain that do the same stuff as Hollywood does, but most of those British people will just do the standard. Thank you for coming. We hope you like our movie.
Yeah.
We don't get as much noise out of Britain, to be fair, but there are some over there that are noisy. You know who disappoints me the
John
most?
Cleese.
Well, no, it's David Tennant.
John Cleese.
No, I
Oh,
love John Cleese,
No.
yeah,
but he's the
he's
opposite.
It's pretty
He's
cool.
like, I hate this
but
nonsense. But David Tennant's kind of
Yep.
pissed me off, and it's unfortunate. He's like the best doctor, dude.
I wonder if it's because of the Disney contract.
No, yeah, it could be something to do with they have something over his head, I suppose, or he could just that's what he believes.
Yeah, if you just read the news, then
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is kind of unfortunate because I've everything I've seen him in, I pretty much loved him. Fright Night, the remake, which I know this is sacrilege, but I think it's better than the original. He's amazing as Peter
I
Vincent.
don't think it was better than the original, but it's definitely good. I
It's
watched it the other
different,
night,
yeah, but I love it, dude. I love that
It is very
remake.
he's
good.
definitely a good actor.
Oh yeah, no, he's a great actor. Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Um,
Robert De Niro's a good actor, but he's an asshole.
no, yeah, but he's burned his bridges though, dude. That's a dead legacy.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Have you heard about his kid?
Which one? The transgender one?
His son, yeah, the transgender one.
The one that's out there whoring
Yeah.
himself out. Of course, Elon's one of his kids is doing that too, which is why Elon's now on the side of Trump, by the way, because they transed and
Mhm.
whored out his kid, and he's not happy about it.
Nope.
You know,
And like any normal person wouldn't be.
no, of course.
Sure.
Well, no, some of them actually are thrilled and excited that their kids are busted in the head.
But like we said, normal. Any healthy person wants to see a happy, well-balanced, well-adjusted human being.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, I mean, there's things going on in the West that if anybody tried that nonsense with my kid, they'd be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. I'd be in cuffs. That's the end of that conversation. Yeah.
Gosh,
So I'm
yeah.
glad I
Yeah.
don't live over there because
Yeah, and I mean,
It's a madhouse.
it is.
It's a
dude.
yeah,
madhouse.
legal actions are being taken against them. They're starting to be held accountable. Oh, that's great. And all of the lives that have been destroyed in their wake, what are you going to do about that?
Oh, nothing. There's nothing going to do anything. I mean, what came out, right? We know old Barry Obama. We know Barry is a big cokehead, always has been. Of course, did he face any consequences for his actions at all? No. He's been named in the Diddy trial. Will he face any consequences at all? No. We just had a picture come out the other day with a line of cocaine on the table and a packet of cocaine with frickin' Starmer, Macron, and Merz. 3 major prime ministers in Europe. You think they'll face any consequences for that? No.
No.
Anyway, I'm going to get more coffee. That means Jeff's in charge.
Jeff's in charge.
Jeff, tell
Hey,
them
Jeff.
about the trials and tribulations of cocaine.
I've never done cocaine, but okay.
And you call yourself a writer?
I started old.
No, fair enough. Jeff's in charge.
How did we get on cocaine?
I don't know how he got to cocaine. I don't know how he got from Tombstone to politics.
Something about movies.
Actors. Yeah, actors. The dumb ones.
Dumb actors.
So how is everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Tired.
Pretty good.
Been working all day.
Oh, really? Long day already, huh?
Yeah. We've been going place to place just in order just to find one stupid part. Because somebody had a wire loose in their air compressor machine, and they just left it there until eventually it burnt up, and now wires and stuff like that are crispy.
Oh, good. Crispy
No,
wires.
not
No?
good.
Not good?
No.
Oh, man.
The wire was loose, you see, and it burned up.
Okay.
Yeah, crispy wires are no good. No bueno.
Oh, man, no bueno. Let's try to make it bueno instead.
Yeah, we couldn't find the part we needed either, so we had to order one and work on it next week. So, yeah.
Is it a long, I guess, part, or just the wheels of progress turn slowly? Oh, we're going on to a weekend, so even if it wasn't that long, it'd take a while to get in. Yeah.
It is what it is, though. It happens.
Yep.
That's what they pay us for.
Yep. I'll get it working eventually. And then you can be like, dude, don't, what? Maybe say something sooner next time.
Yeah. Well, they usually don't listen, but yeah. Well, we try though.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't mean we don't try.
Yeah. It's not for want of trying.
Yeah, because we do want our customers to be safe as well. So we don't. So
yeah. A lot of
because
things
this
in
is
the camp.
dangerous work, and it's also if you don't know what you're doing and something happens electrically that it shouldn't happen, it can lead to death. So yeah, be careful.
So
be careful.
More so than usual.
Not dying is my favorite.
Leave to get the part replaced and do this another day.
Exactly. But yeah. Oh, we also had we had a place where their electrical box hasn't been cleaned in 3 years, and so it's filled with dust, powder, and stuff like that, and all of it's flammable, by the way. And they're just too lazy to clean it out. So we went in there and got our leaf blower, our fan to blow out the dust and stuff like that, and clean it out the best we could,
Right.
and it's
But that
probably
helps
got
with the computer.
yeah.
It's
It's
got a show
probably
on the
gonna
road. Tarkov is an extraction
be
game, but
like
not all
that
extraction games are like Tarkov.
for
Extraction
a
is
little
essentially
bit
just
until
this.
it gets
Games
dirty
where a
again,
player
they won't
enters
do
a
the
level,
thing
attempts to gather
again.
valuable resources, and
And
then
then they'll call you
extracts
out.
those back to some
Yeah.
sort of meta
Yeah, they'll call
progression
us
layer.
again.
Tarkov fits that,
Mhm.
but so does
They
Repo,
always
Lethal
do.
Company, and Helldivers too.
yeah.
Each of those
Like I said,
does
that's
well
what
off
they
the
pay us
just,
for.
I mean, absurd
Yeah,
wacky comedy you
They-
get when
they
you've
pay us-
got
they pay us
these
good,
messy
so I'll
little
give 'em
meaty
that.
things called human beings
Alright, so they're
interacting in a
generous.
group
They're
with a whole
kinda
bunch
like,
of
"Here, you
interesting
take care of
systems.
this. I
That's
really don't
basically
wanna
what makes the genre kind of
hit
cool.
I know some of
So
it
what's
gets hit with a
different
hose, and
then
some of it
about
really
games like
doesn't. You
Tarkov
guys
or
take care of that.
Marathon? Well,
Oh, we hit
simple,
it
right?
with a
PvE and
4x4
PvP.
for years.
Tension
Say
stems
what?
from the potential for loss in both, but in PvE, it
You've been
feels
what
like a
now?
loss, while in PvP, it feels like
Literally
something has
somebody
been
said
taken
that one
from you
time.
by
This is a
another
different
person,
place, but
and
somebody
that does
literally
not
said,
appeal to everyone,
oh,
but
you've
it
been,
obviously does appeal
poking
to a
it with
lot
a
of people
4x4,
because the
to
tension
get
is second to
working.
goddamn none. Anyway, the
boss
point is that as
was- and the
Bungie
boss was
probably
right there,
noticed
by
when
the
they
way,
looked
like,
at
the
their
owner of the
majority
place was like,
PvE
"You been
Destiny
what now?"
audience talk about Marathon, yeah,
It works,
not everybody likes the PvP part, but this actually goes
no,
deeper.
no.
Maybe.
They
PvE
literally-
games can naturally
they literally
coexist.
use
They're
a
inherently
piece
more
of wood
positive
as an
some,
auxiliary.
but without players, a
So-
PvP game is dead. So,
Yeah,
of course,
stupid.
our eyes roll at the sight of
Probably,
yet another
but there's
PvP
a reason you
extraction
hire
game.
professionals
We
to do
think they
things.
just seem
Why
like, oh,
would they
another
know
game
that
that's
if it's
probably
not
going to
their
fail,
job?
so why
They-
even
they-
bother
he-
getting excited?
Here's the thing.
Marathon
they
invoked that
usually never
feeling.
tell us
Now, to be fair,
anything,
part of that is
so-
just general, like, breached trust with
something
Bungie,
bad
but
happens
a
and
lot
the
of it
machine
is
shuts
just the
down or
big trend
something,
that we've
that's when they
seen
call
this
us.
all before with the Battle
And that's when
Royale.
it's like, well, I
But
hit
why
it
is it
with
Marathon
the 4x4
invokes
as hard
that?
as I could,
But
and
Arc
it didn't
Raiders
start up
does
this time.
not. See, here's the thing. Both
Yeah.
games just had alphas,
Yeah,
but the
actually, it
responses
sounds
to
about
those
right.
alphas could not have been more different. Marathon's
Yeah.
alpha lasted just under 2 weeks, and according to Paul Tassi's sources, it actually didn't go as planned.
Some-
That's actually now
some
true
guys
on
are
multiple
just,
levels.
some
So
people
first
just
off, it
went
was
lazy.
to be
They
a
just
closed
don't like to
alpha,
do
a
anything.
closed test, but Bungie allegedly
Yeah.
lifted the
Like
NDA
taking
in an attempt to
responsibility.
counter the skeptical reception that they
Well,
got to the
like I
reveal
said,
of their
it is what
game.
it is.
Now, going a level
We say-
deeper,
we say prayers.
it's obviously a true alpha, not just a marketing exercise or a server
I
test,
think I-
right? And Paul Tassi's
Sorry, go ahead.
sources corroborate
I
that
think I
it,
would
again,
probably be
is a
on team.
real test
What's
of
the
like game
likelihood if I
design and
fix this
systems.
is going
So
to be
whenever
I've done
players who
something I
have played the
really don't
testing version
understand
say
and
the
it's gonna come
Marathon
back to
cannot
haunt me
launch like this, they're
later.
literally
If I can
correct.
just get
It can't.
professional
It's a
out
true
here, that
alpha.
would
It
probably
never should be launched. Now, we all understand why
Hey,
Bungie
Rabbit,
responded this
you're-
way, right?
Where
They were
we
doing
can
an
hear
alpha,
your audio, dude.
and Paul Tassi's
Sorry, go ahead.
sources corroborate
I
that
think I
it,
would
again,
probably be
is
on
a
team.
real test
What's
of
the
like
likelihood
game
if
design
I
and
fix this
systems.
is going
So
to be
whenever
I've done
players who
something I
have played the
really don't
testing version
understand
say
and
the
it's gonna come
Marathon
back and haunt
cannot
me
launch like this,
later.
they're literally
If I can
correct.
just get
It can't.
professional
It's a
out
true
here, that
alpha.
would
It
probably
never should be launched. Now, we all understand why
Hey,
Bungie
Rabbit,
responded this
you're-
way, right?
where
They
it's
were
not
doing an
It's not me. I've
It's
got
not
my
you.
name.
It's not you. Where was that coming from?
What?
You had an audio
maybe
playing the
me.
entire time. Yeah.
Really?
Someone
I
was
haven't
watching
heard it.
YouTube?
I mean, we've been talking.
Oh yeah,
to-
I'm on the wrong kind of like I was on a screen mode, not a friggin' yeah. That's my
Yeah.
didn't put on application.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
I just hope
Yeah,
we
sorry
don't
about
get.
that. Yeah,
I hope we don't get copyright for that, whatever that was. It is what it is. Yeah, very good.
only was like only for about a couple of minutes,
Oh, okay.
3 minutes. or something.
But
Wasn't like
Jeff was in charge, so we'll just blame him. Damn it, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Jeff.
You know, Eric, I had
Yes.
one of those weird thought patterns when I was making my coffee.
An
Okay.
epiphany?
Kinda.
Brace
I
for
was
impact,
well.
yeah.
You see, I was sitting there making my coffee, and it came into my mind how stupid the concept of, say, the Reacher character, where he's always got to be moving, he's always got to be free, never settle down. How dumb that thinking is. And then,
You don't
of
like
course,
Reacher?
yeah. But then, of course, unfortunately, that brought me to Paint Your Wagon with Lee Marvin and him singing "Wandering Star."
I love that song actually.
So it
It's been a
came
while.
up. It came up good anyhow.
No, that movie hurt me.
How in the world did you
I'm
get
so
to that?
sorry.
That's why I ask you. I have a quandary. What's wrong with my brain?
I don't know. I mean, because I would have gone to Ricky Nelson and oh shoot, Dean Martin
Rhythm
singing
Blues.
what was that song they sang?
King of the Road. No, that's not that.
No,
Is that a Western song?
it is a Western song.
Is it from Rio Bravo?
It is.
I think. Is it the Rio Bravo song or the the other one, the
It's
Pony and my
the
rifle?
Pony and Me. It's Pony and Me. Yeah, my rifle, my
Okay.
pony and me. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I love both of them songs, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pony and Me.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
I was just trying to stress that I had a bad moment.
Well, you definitely did.
You know, anytime Paint Your Wagon comes up in a moment of epiphany, it's a bad day.
It's a bad day.
That's a really sad song anyway. So yeah.
It is a sad song, but it's just it. Oh, Lee Marvin can't sing at all, dude. He really can't.
Oh, is that the sad part about it?
It's one of those. It's not meant to be good musicals type of thing. It's not the point, you know. But it just Paint Your Wagon is rough. How many people have seen that movie here? I mean, honestly,
I've only listened to that one song and that's it. Yeah.
so Eric and I are the only ones with the burden, huh?
Probably,
Yes,
and I probably
do
haven't
you
seen it in
recommend it?
decades.
Oh no, it's been decades,
Or
but it sticks with you. They tell you what.
Oh yeah.
I've also listened to the Clint Eastwood sing that.
Oh, don't. That's
his song.
sacrilege. Don't say that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Don't do that. Yeah. We don't talk about Clint. You know, we don't tarnish his memory that way. It's bad.
And I saw a fake article that he had died. Like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, we're gonna be doing Clint Eastwood tonight. And I was like, oh, he's still alive. Darn.
Usually when I see that stuff, I'm like, let me look this up. He's not dead. Yeah, I knew it. You liar.
But it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Yeah, he's pretty
he's
old,
up
though.
there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
True. Well, Clint. To be fair, of course, I'm talking about Paint Your Wagon because he's in that movie as well. And wasn't there something? There was another movie I think he sang in, but pretty sure he also sang in. He sang in Rawhide, didn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, he probably
actually.
did.
Because he was the
probably not
singing
related to
cowboy in
him.
Rawhide, wasn't he? I think he was.
Oh.
Let me check. Yeah, I was
Let's
right.
confirm.
Yeah, no, he sings in that. Because he was I think that was his character in Rawhide. He was like the singing cowboy, right? He's not a good singer, just so you know.
Is he a decent cowboy?
What do you say?
I've heard worse.
Oh no,
If he's not
definitely.
a
You've heard Lee Marvin. It's worse.
Okay, I don't think he was that bad either. But
oh no, it was.
fair enough.
What you thought it was horrible?
He's not professional.
He's like, I'm a wandering star. You know, it was bad.
That's basically singing.
Not really.
Kind of.
I did it much better
No?
than he did. But I'm actually taking a look here. I didn't know. Did you know that? What the hell? Did you know that Clint Eastwood had an album?
What?
A couple of them? Holy
What?
crap! He had his own singles. He sang with Merle Haggard. What?
Wow.
I actually didn't know that. I knew he sung a bunch of Western songs. Yeah, he has his own Western album too. So yeah,
And he did
I knew
Honky
that
Tonk
part.
Man, of course. He did Honky Tonk Man, of course. Wow, dude, I didn't know that. But it's where this all came out was Any Which Way But Loose era. That's where it came. That's where it's coming from. Too many drugs.
The
There's
monkey
way too many drugs. Yeah.
I didn't think the monkey movie was a musical.
Well, they each one, the first one and the second one, have a pretty cool opening song that kind of carries through the entire movie, right?
Every which way but loose.
Yeah,
I
the
love that
second
song.
one's pretty good too. Actually, I like second movie better, to be fair.
Same actor, same monkey.
I agree with you, Doug. Doug says, why don't we do cowboys next week or westerns? I agree, dude.
That's if Doug did not pick anything, that's what I decided we were going to do is Cowboys.
Yeah, well, because that
I have
opens
no
up a lot of stuff. You could do yeah, a whole bunch of movie stuff. There's a bunch of comic book stuff. You could do Ghost Rider.
Oh, there you go.
Anime cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
You could do Cowboy Bebop.
That's right.
That's
There
not.
you go.
No, that's not. That's the name
It's
of
a
the ship.
cowboy.
No, that's the name of the
Cowboy.
ship. That doesn't count.
Actually, it has a cowboy in it, so you could still kind of do that. So yeah, it has a cowboy character in it.
The Bounty Hunters, the show.
Yeah, the dumb bounty hunter who loves cowboy.
Yeah.
That was funny. I watched that episode. It's hilarious.
What of Cowboy Bebop, the anime?
Yes, the regular out, not the Netflix stupid
No,
movie.
no,
We don't
that's
talk-
once again we don't talk about. But no. The Cowboy Bebop is really good. Yeah, it's really good.
And then Insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The music is completely.
it's certainly one of the better anime of all time. I don't know where to rank it. What do you think, Rabbit? Where would you rank Cowboy Bebop? It's pretty high.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite when I was younger, definitely. But it's a series, so you can't rank it with movies anyway. So
Well, no, it is a series, but yeah, no, it is very good, and it's got one of the better soundtracks. I mean, if we think,
yeah, it's a really good soundtrack.
yeah, and of course the intro is epic. When we think about greatest intros of all time for TV series, it's definitely in the discussion. MASH, it's great. As far as opening theme songs, right? Star Blazers, of course, with Yamato, that's really epic. What do you think, Eric? What's your favorite opening theme song?
Oh, from a TV or movie?
TV, yeah.
TV.
Theme song.
My most memorable would be Dragon Ball Z, but that's just because I was a kid when I.
Right, now that makes sense. Me with Yamato as well, right? What do you think, Eric?
Maybe Magnum PI.
That's a good one. It is a good one.
Or Magnum PI ate anything from the 80s, really.
There were some good ones. Galaxy Rangers was pretty good. But it's a kid talking. For me, number one's probably MASH. It's just so indelible.
MASH is good. I still like MASH. I don't care what time it's from.
True. Well,
it's hilarious.
Well, the tone is very different from one commander to another. And of course, everyone has their arguments. For me, Potter, it's all Potter.
Oh right? Yeah, I love Colonel Potter.
That little speech he gives when he gets the bottle of sherry sent to him because his last buddy from World War I died, and he gives that little speech. Dude, if you don't tear up in that, you are not human. Come on, Eric.
I like comedy. You're right. Other serious moments. Like the MASH. MASH has a lot of serious moments.
Well, under Potter, it became a much more serious reflection on the horrors of war. I can't remember his name. What was the first colonel's name?
I forget.
The guy with the fishing hat. It was much more comedy based with every now and then a touch of severe commentary. But it doesn't matter. MASH is 11 years of amazingness. Plain and simple. It's one of the greatest shows of all time. But its theme song, "Suicide is Painless," is it's perfect. It's just so perfect for it.
And that came from the movie.
It did.
It was in the movie as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And the movie is good too. I like the movie as well. Although I did any characters step over from the movie to the show? Was there anybody?
I think there was one, and it
Radar,
was
maybe?
Margaret. I think it was Margaret or whatever.
Maybe it was Hot
I've
Lips. It could have been Hot Lips. How about Radar? Did
I
he?
think Radar did too. It definitely was Hot Lips.
Definitely Hot Lips. Margaret Houlihan. She's a great character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the movie's great in and of itself, but the TV show is legend. I mean,
Frank is a total simp.
what do you say?
I said Frank is a total simp.
Yeah, no, he is. He was. It's his character. He was to be hated and detestable. But even that, they didn't
Was
let
the
it go
original
to.
simp.
He was the original simp, but they also gave him his moments, though. Right? He had his
Nobody's
moments.
just one thing.
No, that's right. That's right. I'd say the only negative argument I've heard that I get is the fact that in later the season went, the more that Hawkeye's actor, what's his name there,
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, yeah. The more he was in charge, and the more because he hated the early version of Hawkeye, who was a womanizer. He's very, very woke, liberal guy, Alan Alda, and he tried to reverse that in later seasons. Then he went, a lot of people feel, too far. And basically, he's being chastised for his maleness in the later seasons. But I mean, I get it, but it had a much softer glove than modern wokeness, to be fair.
Characters would maybe have a no. That's a good question. Was there character arcs in the MASH series? Like, did characters or things change, or was it
every single character arc?
That shocks me.
You need to go watch that.
Wow.
You have to watch that show.
Wow. Because that's one thing shows are usually afraid of, or like you can't have characters change. The status quo can never really be altered.
They changed a lot, and of course that's part of the story because it's talking about the horror of war and what men do to each other is what it's about, and you can't go through that process and not be changed. The whole thing is these doctors are on the front line, near the front lines, and they're getting these constant boys that are just being slaughtered, and they have to just keep them alive. They can't even do proper surgery to just cut the limb off, keep them alive, right? And the only way they can cope with it is with comedy, sex, and alcohol, and it just tears their psyches apart. And the show really shows it well, especially for a show that's coming out late 60s, 70s, 1970 maybe.
70s and 80s.
It went 11 years. I think it came out in 1970, so it went to 81. So for a show of that time, that was in your face, man. Now, All in the Family had its moments in your face as well, though. But then again, that is considered the greatest American TV show ever made. Archie Bunker, of course. Which is a good show, and that talks about more of social life and racism and things like that, whereas MASH didn't really get into that as much. It was more about just war.
Right. Yeah. That's where it naturally would be, given where it was set. It would almost have to be.
Sure.
Would be tone deaf to not to.
Yep. No, but it's amazing. It's legitimately good show. I mean, because a lot of times people will look at things from the past and compare it to modern takes on things and feel that the modern takes are better. I don't agree. MASH is eternal. It's one of those things that just talks about the human condition in the right way. Because even though it's full of comedy, it has all different characters with different points of view on it. It's not one view being hammered you being hammered over the head with, right?
Right.
It's many views on it. And no one's really wrong except for Frank.
Except for Frank, he's wrong.
Frank's always wrong. Yeah.
He's always wrong. Yeah.
But I mean, think about the genius that he went through, though, because you could easily had a jump shark moment when he left the show, right? But what did they do? They brought in Winchester. And Winchester
I
is
actually like his character.
I love Winchester. He's a snobbish East Coast Yankee, rich guy, right? And of course, it clashes with these more down to earth, California boys, right? But with all that, he's a genius surgeon, and he has humanity to him, right? It was
Yes.
so brilliant. Winchester, because that show could have died, right? But when them choosing to bring that character in and how well he played that, dude, come on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's some people in there that really had a vision for the show and kind of
Oh,
knew
they did.
what story it needed to tell.
They did. And they
They
covered
did.
all the standard shows that a sitcom would cover, but they had a broader field because they're sitting in the middle of a war, which most
Right.
sitcoms, aren't.
Sure, that makes sense.
It was great. No, they all had good story arcs. Eric, what do you think, guys? Who had the best story arc?
Oh, I don't know.
A lot of people would lean toward Hawkeye, I'm sure. But
Frank Burns.
Frank Burns had a story arc to a point, but I'm going to say Klinger.
Klinger. Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, I think Klinger.
Klinger.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is a show came out in 1970, and that's a Persian man in a lead role, right? And
He's
we
a
had
cross-dresser.
Yeah,
he
that's
was a
the
cross-dresser.
reference.
He
He
was.
got
He won.
serious later on.
He was chasing later.
Going
But
out.
that's what I mean, story arc, because he changed, right? Of course.
And we didn't care.
No, because we understood what he was doing and why he was doing it. Another character they had on the show that was actually great, but although he didn't last, unfortunately, was Spear Chucker Jones. And he's a black guy. They weren't afraid to take that and play with that and joke about it because it wasn't said in hate; it was said in love, right?
Larry Hama was even on an episode.
Yeah, oh, dude, a lot of people, especially later seasons, a lot of people showed up on that show. But yeah, there was so many good story arcs. Margaret Houlihan had a great story arc, for sure. Colonel Parter didn't really have much of a story arc, but to be fair, he was more of a plot device.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but that actor is so good. He's so good.
You can just kind of set him loose and he'll make it work.
No, he is the glue. He's one of those kind of actors that's got to everything is going to glue together because he's there. He's one of those types, and he was a great actor. Yeah, are you talking? We should have a MASH night. Why don't we have a MASH night?
Yeah, we're already doing Cowboys.
Oh, we should do Cowboys, but you're going to let. Of course, no one will show up for it, I suppose.
Korean anime to Korean War. Yeah, that's fitting.
Well,
Korean anime today to Korean War next week.
That's right. That's what's called irony.
You could maybe do like a soldier themed one, or like.
Well, there's so many
something
characters
like
in MASH,
that.
though. There's so many great characters in
Right.
MASH. We could easily have it, but no one would really care about it. I think. But which is unfortunate because it is a great show. But girls, if you haven't seen MASH, watch MASH. It's a TV show from the 70s. It's not good. It's doesn't have bad words in it. It's not going to be anything offensive. Matter of fact, it's quite Christian, actually.
Oh.
And you'll
Yeah, we
love.
didn't have bad words back then.
No, they couldn't. And of course, you will absolutely adore Father Mulcahy because he's Catholic,
Yeah.
but he is. That's another great story arc.
Yeah.
He's a good character too.
And he's a great character.
He's a great character.
Yeah. But Klinger certainly had the best story arc because in the end, he married a Korean girl and stayed in Korea. Even though for so much of the show, he was desperately trying to get out of Korea and go home and get away from the war. Right?
Oh, so he ended up finding a purpose in it.
He did. That's why I say he's the best story arc in MASH. Because he was the deserter type character. He wanted to leave, but yet he followed the rule. So he was trying to get a Section 8, which Section 8 is you're crazy, so they send you home. So he thought his way of getting a Section 8 was just wear dresses all the time.
That was the plan.
Yeah, but it works. It sounds weird, but it really works. Especially when you see how great his legs are in certain dresses. They are quite amazing.
It's a little disturbing.
Oh, come on. That's a joke directly from the show, dude. Come on. From the shrink. What was the shrink's name? The psychiatrist guy. Damn it, what's his name? Where's Elrod when I need him? I'll go find it.
I will find him.
Complete list of match characters. All right, here we go. It's interesting. They put as ranking as the most, but this is a ranker, right? The most popular character from MASH is Radar. It makes sense.
Everybody liked Radar.
Yeah, he was lovable, innocent country boy who liked who liked grape knee high. Sidney Freeman is the character. The actor, it's not telling me. I got to go find another page. Let's go over here to IMDb. But that was a quote from him. That's not helped me because they're all listed by the actor's name. That's not what I'm after. What are you doing? Sometimes, yeah, these people who create these websites are ridiculous. They're not thinking. Yeah.
What did you want, Chester? I felt your presence calling me.
Sidney Freeman, the actor's name from MASH. Sidney, the psych, the shrink.
Was he the psych guy with the mustache and the fro?
Yeah. But I can't remember.
I don't know. That sounds like that would be his real name. He looks like a Sidney Freeman.
It would, but it's not.
Or a Shecky Pinafore the Third.
The sound is really good now.
Well, let me go over here and find it and just dig through it.
Are you talking about the chickens episode of MASH?
No, not the last one. No. I made the.
I'm not going to give away the spoilers, but that chicken wouldn't shut up.
It would not shut up. That is true. But no, I was talking about, Klinger, I think, is the greatest story arc in MASH. He
goes from a frilly dress to a dress greens.
Yeah, but he also stays. He ends up living in Korea with a Korean wife. It's not
because he came home in after MASH, right? Wasn't he in after MASH?
Let's not confuse the ending episode, shall we? Yeah, I can't find it. It's too convoluted.
It was Klinger, Radar, and Colonel Potter.
Yeah,
all moved back to the same town.
And it wasn't as good. Yeah. Yeah, MASH was epic though. Really good show.
And Aftermath was too expensive, I think, too, because you had to have like a period show set in like outside of that one little camp.
Yeah. Who was that actor who played? Was it B.J. Honeycutt or was the first one? He had a show after that. It was a different actor, but he was as a doctor in a hospital. What was that one? Trapper MD?
Oh, Trapper John.
Yeah.
Pernell Roberts played him on Trapper John.
Yeah, Trapper John MD. Yeah.
Apparently, the most insufferable actor of all time was Pernell Roberts.
Really? It's a pretty good show, though.
They kicked him off of Bonanza.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Because he was just full of himself, I guess.
A lot of them
and they were like, no, you're terrible. Get out.
There are very few cases in which you can actually, but he's perfect.
Apparently, they would hire like really good actors to come in just to make him mad.
Oh, really? Um, but as far as spin-offs from MASH, that was the most successful one. Trapper John MD. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sort of a spin-off, not a spin-off. Just in,
What do you mean?
I don't know. You didn't think of it as a spin-off because it took place in modern day.
Well, yeah, but he
And
was
it has
much
no
older.
connection other than his name. You don't really have a connection to anything.
That's fair. That is fair. If you didn't know the show and you didn't have that connection, that's true. But it is set in modern day, and he's much older, of course, and he's kind of in charge of a hospital or something. But just as far as successful spin-offs from MASH, though. Very good.
Gonzo Gates.
I have
He
no
became
idea.
the star of the show. Gonzo Gates, the young doctor who lived in the RV in the parking lot.
Oh yeah. I didn't remember that. Yeah, no, I do remember that. First, my brain went with Mark Hamill with a prostitute in a van, and then I went to the right place. Okay, good. I'm there.
Not talking about Corvette Summer.
I wouldn't be. Yeah.
It's love, Chester.
It is love.
You can call girls from love.
It's love.
The guy who stole a car from a school but wants it back because someone else stole it from him.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But he grew up
I
and
rightfully stole that car.
he found love with a prostitute in the back of a porn van. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had like the Buffalo Bill van, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And he, of course, goes up through the bubble top and screams to the world, "I just had sex!" It was great.
They're like, "We don't believe you, Luke Skywalker. No one believes you."
It's a bad movie. Don't
Was
watch
it your
that one.
sister?
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch MASH instead.
The car is kind of cool, but other than that, we don't need that movie. But
okay.
Well, we all know that Mark Hamill was made for voice acting anyway. Well, his career is amazing as a voice actor. As an actor, he's only one thing, right? Just Luke Skywalker.
But man, that's one thing.
The Guyver.
He was in The Guyver. Yeah, you're right. And he did some video game stuff where you saw his face.
The lispy but yet gritty police detective who turns into a beetle.
Yeah.
A beetle?
He's like,
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but really kind of amusing at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those bad entertaining things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they advertise as Mark Hamill is the Guyver.
Yeah.
Star Wars is Mark Hamill is the Guyver.
The Guyver. It had Jimmy Walker in it too, dude.
Yep.
Amy,
Yep.
is Melissa drawing?
Yes.
Mike, are you drawing?
I just showed up, guys. I'm just kind of doodling here. So
Hey, Mike, we're talking old dude stuff. It's perfect for you.
yeah, I'm crotchety and old. What's up?
Yeah. Well, the question that was on the table is which MASH character had the best story arc?
Okay, so I never got into MASH.
Oh, really?
No.
I'm sorry.
Yes, he's
Mike.
a commie.
He is a commie. We
No,
can't be
not
friends.
a commie. Well, all right, let's throw down.
All right, right now.
Okay,
Tommy.
let's
You
see,
care
let's
for
see whose
MASH.
bet goes up for.
So back in the
No,
day,
like-
what was your show then? What did you like?
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is? Here's the thing, and again, and because I have family that was in so
Yeah, me too.
and I guess being younger, I never understood why there was comedy about Vietnam. You know, now I'm sure I could turn it on and it'd be fine, but I didn't understand then. So I it's one of those things that I never had anything against it. Does that make sense? Like there's
No, that's fine.
there's no creative criticism about it. Just the rest of my family watched it.
Well, it did get quite serious about the terror of war, though, dude.
Right. I guess I don't know.
No, that's
Rabbit
fine.
got to enjoy it better than us because in his country they didn't play a laugh track.
Oh, really?
There's no laugh track.
That would be interesting, man. To watch
That
it
would
without
be
a
much
laugh
I
track.
didn't even know that there was an actual laugh track on it. So
No, dude,
kinda
I
weird
kind of
knowing
want to
that.
see that.
Yeah.
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 It was like that was an after thing by the studio that just put a laugh track on it because it's a half-hour
Mhm.
show.
Huh. Yeah,
That's
no,
interesting.
it would be better without it, especially the Potter years, for sure.
Or the chicken episode.
Oh, the chicken episode. You keep coming. That's like the last episode of the show, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's like in the middle somewhere, but it's the most memorable.
It
one of the
is.
most memorable TV shows.
And of course,
period. Like
Sydney
episode.
Friedman was in that one heavy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that is a brutal episode. It is brutal. But yeah, no war stuff. I get your point,
Well, that's
Mike.
one of the
Because
few where they left the camp too, right? Like that's where you actually see Korea and not just the camp.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a canned episode like they normally are. So
That's
that kind of
true.
made it different.
It was in a bus. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But the yeah, no, I get the point, Mike.
And it was the
I've had
civilians dealing with the war,
it
which was
was
good.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I never found anything wrong with the show ever. Even because as an artist, we're all weird as kids, so we already know things that other people don't pick up on, and it just struck me as odd, and I couldn't wrap my head around.
It was a boring show when you were a kid, though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. But I didn't understand the laughter with war. Okay,
I get it. I get it.
And
yeah,
and because I also had family in
making
World War
jokes
II.
about war.
So it just
War is hell. Hilarious.
Well, I'll talk about it when we're off the air.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
this
mean,
stuff
I've
just
had
never-
family in every war this country has ever been in, dude.
Right. So right, but I'm talking, because, and I know what you're saying, Chester, but I'm talking firsthand accounts, and I'll explain more later on.
No, I get
it's
it.
not stuff I want to talk about
No,
on air.
I understand that. Like, for instance, my of course I wasn't alive, but one of my cousins, because I have uncles that are ridiculously old, I was a pilot in Pearl Harbor and was one of the very few pilots who died. And I married a Japanese person.
Yeah. But that's a whole other thing though, Chester, because talking with members of my family who had to endure Vietnam and saw everything.
Sure.
When they're willing to talk, I listen. And as a soldier, it's your job to go fight that war, whatever it is. But when you come home, you realize that yes, they were the enemy military, but you killed someone's father, husband, son, uncle, whatever, and reality sets in that you killed another human being,
Of course.
So
no, my dad was a lifetime soldier, dude. Fought and murdered people all over the world, and I can't remember who it was, but because he didn't talk much about those things.
Right.
But I remember an example where someone was going on about the glory of war, and my dad spoke, which is rare, and he said very, very cuttingly, "There is no glory in war."
Mm-hmm. Right.
Very cuttingly. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like we've talked many times on this show, politics be damned, countries around the world be damned. I mean, I don't mean that in a damn countries or anything like that, but what I'm saying is there's, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what your heritage is that makes us all uniquely special, we all have the same common bond, family. There's nothing that, I don't care what the, outside of maybe a few like cultures that no one really knows about, we're all pretty much family oriented people.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
I mean, like perfect example, Chester, you yourself, you married a Japanese woman.
I did. Yeah.
And
the Japanese do have an expression. They say "ningen ga ningen," which means people are people, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, see, that was a weird part of me that I couldn't just wrap my head around that as a kid. That's
Nah,
all.
that's fine.
So I
That's fine.
don't need to carry on about it. But yeah, sorry. So I'm of no use to the MASH conversation. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, no, I'm like my dad wouldn't watch any of those kind of war movies either.
Yeah.
And like I said, he was a lifetime soldier his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't watch any of those movies. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I could see that maybe he found that trivializing where actors are, you know.
Yeah, and I think his point of view is probably a little bit different than the average soldier because he was recon, and in Vietnam, and he wasn't like the average soldier who did their year? Was it 1 year? I think.
Yeah.
He was recon. He was there like 4 or 5, 6 years or something like that.
Oh wow, yeah.
Doing what they do, and then of course he was deployed all over the world after that with the Pentagon. But he, yeah. So his point of view is probably a little bit more close up and personal. And yeah, he doesn't. He has that attitude. He doesn't care for any of those things. Yeah.
So sorry to derail the momentum there, guys. I apologize.
No. There's no derailment. I get your point, but it doesn't change the fact that MASH is one of the best shows ever made.
Oh,
Hogan's Heroes is still funny.
I've heard that from everybody. And you know what? Like I said, I've seen a few episodes. I couldn't tell you what they were anymore or what the story was, but yeah, I get it. Okay,
sure,
I get it.
Yeah, but Hogan's Heroes was a parody of a war, though.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's the way it really was. I'm sure.
And I never liked Hogan's Heroes. I watched that and I went, nope.
I love
that was
that
another
show.
one that
I love that show.
Right,
but
and
that's not a great show though. That's just fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
It's no McHale's Navy, but you know.
Now my criticism alone aside, I can see where people find it funny. So there you go.
Well, it's meant as a parody, and it's not really dealing with war, really.
No.
It's more let's have a laugh at these comedic Germans, and it's really.
I would say
it was made by people who fought
if
that
you're
way.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, Hogan's
If you're
Heroes.
gonna-
Hogan's Heroes.
It's all a bunch of
If you're
Jews
looking
laughing
for-
at Nazis.
Everybody in
Man.
it was in the war.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I will say though, if you're looking for satire for World War II, my favorite. Now, I will say,
Springtime
talking
for
about
Hitler.
those. No, no. You know what cracked me
Great
up
Escape?
the most was the Three Stooges when they did their Hitler bits. Those were hilarious with the Axis. Oh man.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges cracked me up so hard where they had all the different medals that they rip off of each other and then they rip the mustache off. That was the best.
Well,
My personality.
Well, wasn't that part of that program that they hired Dr. Seuss for? Well, not the actual guy who did Dr. Seuss. And they put a program together not only to train soldiers, but they also had one as a kind of movie theater propaganda stuff.
Yeah, the propaganda arm was huge in World War II.
It was, yeah, and the guy who wrote Dr. Seuss was in charge of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
he was one of the many. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he was the guy who put the whole show together, the whole program, particularly the stuff that they showed.
Is they're making fun of Hitler. He got them blacklisted in America.
Well, dude, before we got in the war, most Americans
until Pearl Harbor happened, then they're like, "Oh, okay, those guys were right. Go figure."
Well, most Americans were pro-German before we got involved in this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hollywood, especially, they all had little swastika pins on their lapels.
Well,
that was a hot thing of the day.
The people these days seem to forget that fascism is Marxism, socialism. They were literally the People's Party, Socialist Party of Germany, right? Nazi, right?
Good old Errol Flynn.
Oh, he was an Australian drunk. Come on.
He was a Nazi.
You know what was more interesting about Hogan's Heroes?
What?
The real life story of Hogan.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that's still they don't know who killed him. They still don't know who murdered that guy. Yeah.
Electricity. That's all we know. Electricity.
Electricity and porn tapes.
Monkeys were put here for man's entertainment. That's all we know.
He was a bit of a creep, I guess.
I just remember a Futurama episode where there was like a robot war, and they kind of parodied MASH.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they hit the nail on the head with how it was like a comedy and a drama at the same time. Like he had like one robot was like what's his name, Hawkeye, like a Hawkeye ripoff, and like he had a switch on his back that changed from comedic to maudlin.
Maudlin,
Like
yeah,
he'd say
yeah,
something funny, and then he switched to maudlin and goes, "Oh, war is hell."
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind though, with MASH, they never made a joke about war, ever. The jokes they made were about life in the camp. It wasn't. They never joked about war ever, right? I mean, it was all about their life and them trying to cope with the stress,
coping with
like
what they're going through.
Yeah, the war itself was never joked about. But anyway, I'm waiting for a kazoo here. Oh God.
Hey, Jeff, are there storms heading your way?
Yeah, actually there is. I was looking at
Oh.
I'm looking
My
at
my
the,
son just called me from. He's in the Benton Harbor area, and he just lost all electricity, and a tree came down in his yard. Luckily, it missed the house and all the cars.
I think it's gonna hit us pretty soon. Like around midnight. Maybe around 1.
Well, it is May, so it is rainy
I thought it was
time.
April showers.
It is, but
we had horrible storms blow through my area.
Yeah.
Although they took probably a bigger beating than I will. So.
Well, you have to keep in mind, Amy, the rains fall mainly on the plains
in Spain.
You see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's Jeff, let's go over here and take a look and see what we got. And why don't you come with me too, Mike? We're going to take a look at this art. We're going to criticize them harshly. All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chester. I'm going to share my screen because since I'm not competing, I'm just doodling here, and I'll let my screen come up. But again, keep in mind, I am not on the poll.
That's fine. We're taking a look at Amy's though, or maybe Amaran. I think this is Amaran actually.
All right, let me get to him.
Yeah, and he went animated day. Good for you, Amaran.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to stop sharing for a minute here so I can get to him.
Which character is this, Amaran?
Named Isel. Isel Radiru. And she's like she's a demon that the main character encounters in one of the dungeons he goes through. And it's like she's the first one that he's come across that actually has intelligence and sentience, while all the other monsters he's encountered are just mindless killers.
Did he kill her?
This one just come up. Yeah, he almost defeats her, and yeah. She goes, I surrender.
Looks like one of Andrew's characters.
Kind of, yeah.
It's a well done illustration, I'll say that.
Yeah.
It is well done. Yeah. I like it. What do you think, Jeff?
I think it's fine. Fantastic.
I have a critique. I have a critique.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, and I'm joking too. Armoron, you left out your most important parts.
You did. That's true.
Oh, they are there.
Not really.
Well, they are. They're there.
Not really.
They're there.
I ran out of canvas. I know.
No, it's good, dude. It's good.
It's great. Yeah. No, it looks really good. It's good lighting, and of course, he always does a good job with lighting, and shine and things like that. But it looks really good, and we're focusing on the face today, which is new.
Yeah, it's great, and the coloring that you did was great too.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, if you guys like what Armor has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Let me move over here to Amy, who is next. Honey's going to have to display for me, Amy, if you could. But we have our main character, who I'm sure is Su Quan something. And he has defeated a dragon.
Or I don't know if it's a monster or if the dragon's like a summon or a pet. I don't really know, but he looked like there was a fun little dragon drawing in kind of a silhouette. So I'm like, well, maybe that's got something to do with it. So I gave him a little dragon.
It looks good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A dead dragon who he's killed.
Which is technically accurate because he can res things and bring them back from the dead because he's a necromancer.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I didn't think it was a dead dragon.
It is now.
You decided?
What do you think, Mike?
One dead dragon.
Sure, it's dead if you want it to be.
Yeah,
but
it's cute.
It is. I like the composition, and I'm not. I don't know the right way to. How do I say this? To talk about the overall anime style. I like it though. I like the chibi effect. It looks good. I think that the chibi with the way you did the dragon, they mesh well together. It looks good.
Yeah.
I like it.
You do realize only Westerners say chibi, right?
Oh, do we? I don't know. So I'll tell you this much: it's on the packaging and all kinds of crap.
No, I know. Westerners say chibi, and in Japan it can mean small, but they just don't use it that way.
So what do you guys call that style of artwork then?
They would call it kanjoi maybe or mini or something like that.
Just mini. You don't have to. Right. Okay.
Yeah, small or emotional expression.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what you're saying it was somebody in marketing who had a quick Google search on what's the Japanese word for small, and they used it.
Yeah, that's what happened. The slang word for it, because we tend to use chibi as kind of a cute thing for usually a girl, like a little girl, especially if she's kind of small. You'll put that in because they have chan and kun here. These mean little one. Right? Chan is mostly for girls, but some boys get it. Kun is for boys that have very boyish names. And chibi is used for girls sometimes if they're like a little girl. Right?
Yeah, then I see why they chose chibi, because the meaning is somewhat there, but it's also a marketable word.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it just isn't. The Japanese would never use it in this situation.
Sure. Culturally, it does not cross the. Yeah, I get it.
Because for them, when things become
wasn't a big seller.
No, but when things become chibi in the anime, and you see the blood streaming out of the nose because of surprise,
deformed.
The deformation of the character.
Another term, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Super
all
deformed was another.
It's all about the emotion, because when Japanese do anime, a lot of the things that are happening on the screen aren't actually happening. They're representing emotion. They're not actually something, and the Westerners confuse this.
I might have talked about this, so stop me if I've said it before. And this is kind of maybe my disconnect with a lot of anime. And I listened to last week's stream about One Piece, so you guys actually struck enough intrigue later on when I re-listened to the broadcast that I might actually listen to that or watch it. Stan Sakai is one of my favorite cartoonists. But when I would read Usagi Yojimbo, but I'm not a regular reader of it. Okay, I love his artwork, but I don't always regularly read Usagi. Anyways, there's some beautifully drawn pages, and I never understood how that connected to the story, and it lost me. And then I watched an interview with him, and this is to go to context about what you were just saying with the emotion and everything else. And he was explaining how Japanese storytelling works as opposed to Western storytelling. And so those big, broad pages that he does that seem like a pinup, they're not really a pinup. There's a big story there. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand, So I think that by and large, if those of us that are not, into the overall manga or anime, if that were explained, I think the I guess visual language and understanding that comes with that style would then make that style of storytelling more relevant to those of us that aren't in on it. Does that make sense?
No, sure.
Sakai was also a student of Sergio Aragones.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that explains like those big broad pages too, because like
Mhm.
if you read Gru or anything like that, it's like these massive setup pages.
Yes, because they both
Hundreds of
draw those
characters.
very, very detailed battle pages.
Right.
And they're
Mhm.
beautiful. They're
But
beautiful.
And Sakai did the lettering for Gru. I just found that out. That's how I found out the other part. Because I was like, wait, he was a letterer for Marvel?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't
Okay,
know
cool.
that
I didn't either. I was like looking through a Gru comic for something else, and I look at the credits page, and it's like letters Stan Sakai, and I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, that explains so much.
Yeah,
He lettered
that's
some
interesting.
of the Spider-Man Sunday strips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that about him.
Well,
I
I
did
didn't
like
hear that.
Usagi Yojimbo though. But yeah, no. To give you a good example, Mike, Dragon Ball, which Westerners know well, right? If you have a scene
In South
or a
America.
shot that has some character powering up, and they have this big energy glow around them, they're not actually glowing.
Okay.
It's just to represent the emotion of the stress and the energy and the emotional release.
The chi.
Yeah, they're cheap,
Okay.
but they're actually not glowing at all.
Okay.
Oh,
So for the
Chester,
Japanese,
you're making me rethink The Last Dragon now.
oh, sorry.
Oh.
You know, but no, we that's a different.
So Show Enough wasn't really glowing red, and
No.
Bruce Leroy wasn't really glowing gold.
Well, I'm.
It's called the glow.
It's true.
Gotta
It
know
is
the
called the
glow, the
glow.
glow, the glow.
Well, I thought they were talking about the hairspray, but all right then.
Now that's the Soul Glow.
That's the soul glow. Anyway, if you guys like what Amy's done, please vote for the straw poll. Excellent. Let me go over here to Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. I like this character. He has many sperm.
Well, yeah, I guess he does. He's
that's
very
good.
yeah, he's very fertile.
He is fertile. He's impregnating the universe.
It's literally oozing right off of him.
I was just gonna say he's like Razor Ramon oozing machismo.
That's right. That's right. Get him, Razor. I like the sword.
Oh, thanks.
I like the character too. He looks great. Looks really good. What do you think, Mike?
I like it. I have no idea what's happening with his jacket, but it looks good.
Yeah. Well,
It's semenizing the universe.
It is.
I was gonna say, sorry, I'm cross branding manga and American comics. Is Venom in his cycle of mating season there?
Or
he's going forth and multiplying.
Or it's Thanos's plan B.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Jeff?
I'm kind of grossed out.
A little bit. That's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah. I take blame. Yeah. Awesome. Well, if you guys like Eric is done, please vote for the straw poll. I like it. It's good. It's good. Let's move over here and see what Melissa has done. Ooh.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
That might be your best yet. That's actually very good.
So, okay, now I'm going to ask so Melissa, I have to ask now, to Chester's point, is this effect something we're supposed to be seeing, or is this more akin to what he just described about the essence of the character?
I mean, it's a magic bear.
It is a magic bear. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And of course, for us, we have to stop and think about what I said, right, Mike? But for Japanese people, it's automatic in their head, right? So our perspective is just different. It's hard for us to see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the cool thing about art.
My head's not wired that way for that kind of art, you know.
No, I get it, and but for the Japanese people, it is right. That's just how they think. But I like this quite a bit, Melissa. This is a good job.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff?
I think it's barely magical.
Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
I like that.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
That's very good. If you like what she's
Feels-
done, please vote for on
never
the straw
mind.
poll,
Never
though. That's
mind.
really good. Let's go over here to rabbits.
At least they don't need. At least I don't need to feel like I need to take a bath after looking at it.
That's true. That is true. Rabbits is I like rabbits. It's really cool. I like the way you did the
Oh, there it is.
what do you call that with the perspective on the sword? What do you guys call that?
Foreshortening.
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 Yeah, perspective. Yeah, it looks good though. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yep.
good.
Looks good.
What do you think, Jeff?
I'm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for your.
I tried to be witty last time, and it didn't land very well. So.
Well, it was a dad joke.
Their joke was cute.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It made me happy.
Yeah.
I almost got my vaudeville stage.
Everybody else tried to make me feel guilty, so.
Oh, fair.
Oh.
It's all their fault.
Well,
if you were close enough, I do have my vaudeville stage hook to pull you off if you want.
Oh, fair. Well, just keep in mind, Charlie Chaplin said the most important thing about entertainment is entrances and exits.
And a tiny mustache.
And a tiny mustache. It was very popular at that time. Anyway, it's great. If you like what Rabbit has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Let me go see what I got here. Elrod is doing stuff, but let me look at Jason first. Now, Jason, ooh, that's very berserk, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you seen that show, Berserk?
No, but I've heard a lot of interesting things about it. So yeah.
Is that the Keanu one you're talking about? Berserker?
No, I'm talking about Berserk. I'm talking about the Japanese manga, The Black Swordsman. Unfortunately,
I get them mixed up all the time too.
Oh no, I don't. Keanu's stuff is lame. That is lame compared. Berserk is is a great manga. Unfortunately, I can't really recommend it to Jason or the girls. It's a bit much. It's a bit much.
I heard we done it on the show before too.
Yeah, we done it.
We did
a couple of times.
And there's some things you can do, but you guys know what I mean. It's dealing with demons and devils in a very graphic and hardcore way. And it's just not. That's not for everybody. It's not. It is brutal, Berserk. But anyway, this isn't Berserk. This is Solo Leveling. And what do you think about this, Mike? I like I like the seriousness of it. It's nice.
I like the layout. I don't have any context for what you're talking about, but I like what the
what is today?
The foreground element with the character looming in the background. I like it.
Yeah.
I like this. I like to see it finished. Wherever you're going with it, it looks good. I like it. Keep going.
I do like it. What do you think, Jeff?
I kind of like it how it is. I think the minimal
I wouldn't
aspect of it is I really like it.
Yeah. Don't over render it. Yeah, keep it the style you've got going. I like that part too. Because the tone paper you're using is filling in the rest of that, so I like it.
Doug says, or Doug threatens, that if we do any more anime, I'm going to go berserk. Fair enough.
I'll tell you right now what I would like.
Fair enough.
What I would like is I don't know, and that to two of our guys that always are there on the draw along are Doug and Thunder Rat. I'd like to see them join in with us. I would like to see those guys show up.
Well, they've both been here a total of 1 time each, I think.
Okay.
Yes, they have very primitive technology. They're a little bit cavemen. It's a problem.
Oh well, I'm not much further, so join the club. Unga.
Well, see, I had a pixel trader. You see.
Ah, yes, I see.
And he Miyagi's Well, he Miyagi-san me, and therefore I waxed on and waxed off, and I learned how to do all this stuff.
Hey! Take it easy there,
Well,
guy.
that's
Yeah.
that's why I
Free
drew a
country,
picture of.
You did. It's fair. You did. Elrod, what you got?
A blank piece of paper.
I see that.
Oh,
All
I like it.
potential.
That's very blank.
exciting.
I did my
Very minimalist.
Yes.
my
Is this
cry
going,
for
when
help.
does so Elrod? I gotta ask. When is this
I
going
drew
to
Chester.
Sotheby auction? You gonna get a couple million for this canvas?
You could.
This is gonna my Kingpin collection. I call it winter.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. But draw, monkey, draw. That's true. That is true. So I'm assuming
This is a polar bear hunting a rabbit. You can't see it?
Oh, fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, because he has his nose covered with his paw.
Being hunted by a dire wolf.
Yeah. But so we're having protests. I'm assuming I'm the one with the gun and the Navy tattoo.
Yeah. You got your Yatchet tattoo.
Okay.
Your trademark.
My trademark.
Your Yakuza trademark there.
Yeah.
The Yatchet master.
Yeah. I actually have no
Did
tattoos.
you know about that?
I have no tattoos. What was that, Amy?
Did you know about that, Justin?
No, I didn't. I'm kind of looking now and wondering, is it subdermal? I don't know. Yeah. I almost got a tattoo when I was younger, but I was busy with touring with music, and then I met my
Sure.
wife, and she's Japanese, and that put the kibosh on that idea 100%. So,
She's like,
oh no, the
So Amy
Japanese, you don't wear tattoos in Japan.
No.
Tattoos
or
are
you
fun,
when
dude.
you choose and you really were tattoos.
Well, they might be, but I just found myself in a situation that I really should not do so. So
We'll just get her name on your chest.
on my ass, that'd be good.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah. But no, the Japanese are very, very anti
So
tattoo, dude.
here's what you can do, Chester, to at least make her laugh anyway. How many syllables are in her name?
2.
Perfect. First half on the left cheek, the other half on the right cheek.
She wouldn't get the humor of it.
Okay, all right. Sorry, you said your butt cheek, so I'm just trying to run with it. But I
now
get it. Yep.
it's for Japanese tattoo is sacrilege.
Well,
even
I agree with them. I don't hate anybody with tattoos. I don't knock them, but they are not for me.
And I'm older
Yeah,
now, so I would
I
never
would
do
agree.
so. And even piercings, which I do have in my left ear, are a bit of sacrilege as well. Like most Japanese
gay
women
ear?
don't have piercings. They might wear clip-ons,
Really?
but they don't have piercings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a ton of piercings.
All right.
Yeah. No, we Westerners do, but I'm just saying how the Japanese are. And I am,
right.
I've been in Japan forever. I've been here longer than I've been any other spot in my life. So, so I live in the countryside too, as well.
So you know it's normal, not what's
and of
trendy.
course, occasionally you end up in like public baths and onsens and stuff like that, and of course you're completely naked in those environments. You don't want to do that. Because Japanese will literally stand up and leave the room if you come in with a tattoo. They will. You can have your dick swinging and they don't give a shit. But you get a tattoo, they'll walk up and leave.
What is the reason why?
Wow. Okay.
Because
Sorry,
it's sacrilege.
I'm walking out.
And the Yakuza do it therefore to mark themselves as standing against the gods and only with their master. Is the reason they do it. It's pure sacrilege, intentional. So
I always wanted one of those Yakuza tattoos. Those back tattoos, they're amazing.
They can be quite
I thought
beautiful.
it was just typical nonconformity stuff. Like,
no, it's much
we're
deeper
rebels.
than that. It's much deeper than that. Yeah. It's a symbol of complete and utter loyalty. Right? So, even the gods don't have power over you. Only your oyabun. But anyway, thank you very much. You guys like what Elrod has done? Please vote for him in the straw poll. Sweet. So whilst you guys are doing that, I need to go over here and take a look at the draw along stuff. So let me go ahead and bring up my page, which I think is.
I've got another one in there.
Okay. Which I think is that. So hopefully that's correct. Let me go over here and check it out. Let me see here. All right.
Let's see.
Draw
Wonderful.
alongs. All
Yes.
righty. And we got Elrod's in there. Oh, he didn't punish me too much. We got Thunder Rat here. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Of course, Jason Gonzalez.
Blue and black and white.
Oh,
Wow.
Jason's always great, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, there Jason's are.
I'd like to see him do some
Oh.
sequential stuff. I'd like to see what his sequentials look like.
I
would
know
like
he
that,
was
yeah.
working on a comic.
Who are you talking about? Oh, I'm doing it.
Jason Gonzalez, Thunder Rat. Here is
I've
another
seen
one
some
from
stuff.
Elrod. Of course, this is Conan. Crumb, give me the strength to survive another week of manga. Oh, we're getting some dissent here, Eric.
Hey, I think I'll look, but I think this is only 2 times we've done it this year.
Yeah, but that's all right. I don't mind it. They mind it, but that's all right. Next week will be Cowboys.
We started out with Like a Dragon. But that's a video game.
It is video game. But next week it's okay
yeah.
because we're going to get a bear next week from Elrod for sure. We're doing Cowboys.
Okay.
Westerns. Yeah. Bar. And of course here is Honey's up close, and his name is Bernie.
Bernie. Bernie.
That's a joke. And this is from Doug. Let me go ahead and show it on this side. I usually go over Twitter, but he has another one as well. But look at that. Strill bucket cowboy. Wandering in the desert. It's hot. He's got his hooch. And he spits it out and he says, "Remember, partner, steer clear of chocolate milk in the desert." That is a good advice. Milk, period. Yeah.
They didn't have really good installation back then either.
It's not going to.
Did you read his other one, Chess? Did you see the first one?
I'm going to. Yeah.
Okay.
I usually go over to Twitter for that. So because I have a mission to find cuteness. Elrod, Elon can be cute from time to time. He can be cute.
No, he can't be cute.
He can be cute.
My name is Earl.
That's a cute ass. Get him, Earl. I can't remember this actress. Oh no.
It's just
more and more just depravity, human depravity.
Whatever that is.
Just the dad and his kid.
I think that's a dad. It's like older brother, isn't it?
I thought that's a father. Okay. That's a father. I know you guys can't tell. But
this was funny. This is cute.
Birdie get in trouble?
No, that's Ben from Ben and Jerry.
Oh, idiot. No one cares about your opinion, dude. No one cares about your opinion, dude. Not cute.
Oh dear God, that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, Slide is kind of cute.
Bye.
And just pan the city.
Yeah. Nice.
It looks like Dubai.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. High school graduation turns into ratchet party. Well, no shit. This Theo Vaughn guy. He's making money on that I'm a dumb country boy shtick, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's cashing in on that. You go, dude. Is he the modern equivalent of Jim Varney. Is that what he is?
I thought you were going to
Ooh,
say
I
Jeff
never thought
Foxworthy.
about that.
Oh, what's the cable guy? What's his name? The cable guy.
Larry.
Larry the cable guy.
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't he like hooked on something for a while?
I don't know.
Phonics?
No, I thought.
Yeah.
No, that we're going with phonics. Yeah, we're going with phonics.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but he's making money. Good for him. Dude, the Middle Eastern rich people love Trump. They love this guy. I mean, my goodness, what a show they put on for him, dude. Which is cool. Well, it's nice seeing America getting some respect, you know.
Protection of the American flag on the Burj Khalifa building.
Yeah. A whole bunch of stuff, dude. They were really like Trump, and they showed big respect. It was great.
Built a little portable McDonald's, so if he got hungry,
it was cute.
Something
It was cute. Yeah.
McDonald's.
I mean, well, keep in mind when Biden went over there, they literally had the mayor of Riyadh say hi. You know, they didn't do anything with him. But yeah, they do love them some Trump.
I'm sure they put in a ramp or something for his wheelchair, right?
They would have to now, yeah. Oh, I don't know what that is. He said he did a short Charles Bukowski style poem tonight, Doug said. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I did a poem too. I'll have to bring it out next week.
Okay. Well,
it's about a dog.
Yay! Oh, you stupid mascot.
Oh. Pretty hard to see.
No, that's cute. She's getting engaged to by a ball player, I would assume. Well, at least she said yes, dude. That could have went real bad, dude. That could have went real bad.
Yeah.
That could have been bad, but super bad. Yeah. But that might be it. That was pretty cute, though. I think I'm going to go with that. That's cute. That's nice.
Yeah.
She gets oh, you missed my ball, and then boom.
It'd be hard to
Get out of here. Okay. I say okay. Aw. That's nice. I'm assuming he's a ball player.
Seems reasonable.
Maybe.
He looks athletic.
Well, yeah, but he's somehow connected. He's connected to the Marlins in some way, or he just got lucky and said, "Hey, dude, can you help me out?" And they're like, "Sure, we got your back."
Sure, man, that'll be great.
Yeah, it's cute. That's nice. So there you go. Let me go over here and do my job now. All righty.
Wonder if they know each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to read. All right, what we got here? All right. It's Tuesday, but it could be any goddamn day. Calendar gave up a long time ago. I got hung itself in the break room with a necktie and a prayer that never made it upstairs. Nights are long, and the days just sit here mocking me with all their goddamn light. Once upon a time, I had a dream, though. I could outrun the dark. Turns out, dark had a better pair of fucking shoes. All right. Okay, Doug. That was somber.
You needed some moody saxophone music with that.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We did. And I can actually play it. Yeah.
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 Amazing.
Yeah, that's easy sax stuff. All right, so thank you very much, Doug. Oh. He chose trumpet.
There you go.
He chose trumpet.
He probably could play saxophone.
Yeah, no, trumpet works too. Trumpet works too. Yeah. So
I like
somber.
his voice from last week.
Yeah.
That
was great. It was great. Yeah. It was great. Good job, Doug. I told you short. No, thank you very much. I hope I chose the right voice for you, or wrong, whatever whatever.
Hmm.
And of course, it's always interesting, these little soliloquies. But nevertheless, thank you guys. Let me go over here and get a hold of the straw poll, and we will take a look at the vote and see what you all chose to do. And I have to make a choice as well, I guess. All right. So, go. All right. So what do I got here? Who won the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Fan Edition solo leveling competition? I got 7 choices, which is nice.
Fudge.
Okay. Amy, what exactly is solo leveling? You ever played a video game? You guys make video games.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I understand video games.
I understand the concept of solo leveling.
That's true. That's good. Although Jeff doesn't have faith in you because he says, Melissa, are we talking Han Solo? Yeah.
Han Solo?
Yeah, he was a carpenter. That
He
makes a
was.
lot of sense.
He was a carpenter.
There you go.
Like
This is
Jesus.
a video about how to use levels
There
by
you
yourself.
That's fair.
go.
That's
Mhm.
true. Solo leveling. Well,
Looks like he's about to
Han
finish
Solo
it.
died right off.
so I would assume in that video there that French cleats would play an important role. No, no one.
Huh?
No,
Is it
no, that was
Come on.
No.
that was pretty lame.
Dude, that was a fair carpentry joke. Come on.
Bravo!
Say it
Carpenter
again.
joke.
Well, I
What was
mean,
the
French
carpentry
cleats
joke?
are used to level cabinetry, right? I mean,
Ah, it's not a kind of shoe then.
no.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, moving
Yes,
on.
that's
Eric,
But
me
it
no
should
go
be a kind
solo.
of shoe.
Fair enough.
Sounds like it, right?
It's good. That's good. One doom surfing is nothing but solo, dude. Rabbit. Yeah. When you
You're
go
at a shit
surfing,
end,
Rabbit,
dude.
do you meet the required California bro dude?
I mean, it's Cornwall, so no.
Oh,
I guess.
okay. Every day. Hey, did you see Nick Cage's The Surfer?
No.
Oh, dude. Nick
Oh,
Cage is on fire in that movie, dude. Anyway,
it's Nick
next.
Cage and he's so
You don't watch that movie. That's not for you. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, you don't watch that movie. Anyway, number 5, El Rodimus, accredited MASH historian. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very fantastic.
Yeah. He was actually, you guys don't know this, but Elrod was actually in a back scene in after MASH, dressed as a nurse.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm not an accredited historian of MASH. You're thinking of Rawhide.
Oh, fair.
Oh,
That's true.
but it was enough to
I
get
wrote the
you.
book Mushy and Me.
Oh, that's true. And we get to see Bill. We get to see Clint Eastwood sing in Rawhide. So nice.
At least
that's
one episode, yeah.
Let's
It
see
was
here.
an episode that dealt with historical fiction ahead of its time.
It was. Of course, also I can choose here as Jason. I love mashed potatoes. Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't.
I mean,
I'm not a big
really?
fan
You
of
don't like
mashed
mashed
potatoes. Yeah.
Put some gravy on
Oh.
it.
Yeah. Well, good gravy fixes about everything. To be
Mhm.
fair.
Crazy.
Good
Yeah.
grief.
Thank you. It's just brown and
even without
water.
gravy.
Well, dude, I introduced
gravy.
gravy to the locals here. They had never had gravy in their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing like gravy in any Japanese dish that I
No,
know of.
there is no
ever.
gravy.
Holy God.
0 gravies. Yeah. And
Why not great?
and I, of course, did the right thing. I roasted properly pork and created pork gravy, which is the most flavorful of all gravies. But yeah, I blew their world. I ruined it. Yeah. And of course, Amron here, number 7, the world's only lunch artist. Oh, that's fair. This is his lunch break.
Kind of random, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Just blame Jeff.
I didn't know you worked at Subway.
Anyway, what am I going with today? Let's see here. I did I did like Amran's, but I think I liked Melissa's best. Amy's was certainly very cute. I like what Eric did. I liked Rabbits. That was nice. Yeah, I'm done. That's what I'm doing.
Going with Bernie the Bear.
I liked Bernie. I liked
Yeah.
it. I didn't do nothing. My vote was useless. However, now,
I appreciate it.
oh no, you're welcome. Now, Eric, have you been
Yes.
keeping up on your points?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I
That's
would.
good.
Yeah, even if I was not here, I went out and grabbed the points because I know Jeff posts the poll after we close down the show. So, yep.
Very nice.
Right now, Hal is still in first, then Amy, then me, then Armoron, then Melissa, Elrod, Mr. Motion, Johan, Two Banana Mike, Rosa, Alpha Proto, Zach, Kinma, Argos, Jerry, Gangle Fingers, Roscoe,
Wow.
and now Rabbit's on here, but he doesn't have any points yet. But he will as soon as I add all these points.
Oh, nice. I don't know why I have yet to earn a single point.
Oh,
So,
well, let's see. Let's give Chester a point.
Start learning to draw.
We'll give you a point for tonight. How about that?
Thank you. I did try long ago and I gave up.
Let's see those stick figures, dude.
Dude,
Chester,
I can't
1
even do
point.
a straight line. I can't even draw a circle.
It's all right.
Yeah.
What if you had a template or a compass?
Well, now I can do that. You see.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Like I actually for
That'll actually help you get the muscle memory to draw a circle.
well, no, you see what
Mhm.
I do is I get online, I find like some Celtic knot stuff and I put it on top of a piece of wood and rub it on there so all the ink goes on and then I kind of carve the wood down in a three-dimensional form from the pattern. I can do that.
and you can't draw a circle?
I can.
That's cool. Though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't draw any of the stuff. I'm just simply copying the template, right?
No, but you have the ability to carve. I would think a circle should.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm broken.
Well, we all knew that.
Yeah.
Well, you speak like a zillion languages and can play a lot of instruments. Fair.
I can't draw a circle. I'm shamed.
He just bad with his fingers.
I am.
Well, maybe if you got like a coin or a French curve.
What?
Oh no, I can draw. I can cheat. Sure. Yeah. I can trace like no one's business. Yeah. But yeah, no. That's about the only art thing I can really do. And I do those things, but I don't know because you're kind of just sand it down little by little, because the pattern's not mine. But I don't know. Three-dimensionally, it comes out pretty good. As long as you don't get too crazy complicated. But for like the posts in the salon of my boat, I had to replace all that stuff because it was all mess. Those posts are all carved like that. So.
Wow.
Well, the
You did the carving?
top third, yeah, I did it myself.
Oh, it has a salon?
I do.
Gravy.
Yeah. And I sometimes have
Cool.
head gravy in it.
So
Yeah.
you can get your hair done while you're
Yeah.
yacht.
Alrighty then.
He's in there getting a mani-pedi while he's on the high seas.
Poor
So
language.
cool.
Oh, I have a. I'll say it off the air. You'll laugh.
Okay. But it's called the kind of living area on a boat is called a salon. Just so you know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So
And then the
mani-pedi?
place you live outside, like if you're in the open air, it's called the cockpit.
Oh, what? Really?
Where's the poop deck?
The poop decks.
yeah.
Not all boats have poop decks.
Oh.
Some have P decks.
That's true. Anyway, thank you very much, Jason, Amy, Elrod, Melissa, Rabbit, and Eric. Thank you guys for coming in. But today's winner, and fair enough, is Amron. Claps.
Repeat, I think that is.
It's a nice bit. I like it. It is pretty good. I just love what Melissa did. I think that's her best work so far.
It's
Mhm.
It looked really good, man.
so much.
Yeah.
You know what I like too is
Try
the
not
color
to say that.
choices. The
Yeah,
color choices are very good.
it's good because it is kind of a dark show, right? So makes sense. Anyway, very good. Let me go over here and see what everyone's up, and we'll kind of do our close up for today. But I'll start with the girls over here. And you know who I haven't seen in a long time is Andrew. How's he doing out there, Eric?
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, he's doing shows again because it's show season,
Sure.
but
oh,
I guess he's
sure.
still working and stuff because he had to start working full time. So
Oh, that's right. He
I
said he
wonder.
might have trouble coming in because of his schedule. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
Well,
it's
hopefully
okay.
it's doing well.
Well,
It's
hopefully
hard to
we'll.
look at our own picture.
Well, I'd like to see him how he's doing for sure. I like his art, and he's a nice guy. But I do see that we're going to because America's been kind of struggling with filling job positions. We have a lot of employment needed, right?
Right.
A lot of workers needed over there, and it looks like with Trump canceling Section 8 that we're going to get it. Nice.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, what else you got to do? I mean, when I was younger,
Where
when
am
I
I
was
gonna live?
well, I was still in the States. I mean, welfare was hard to get. It was
Yeah.
hard, as it should be. Somehow, in the interim of me leaving of the past 30 years, it seems like it's become a lifestyle, which is, huh?
Yeah,
It's
I would say it's still difficult to get for certain people. I'll tell
Well,
you,
if you're white,
I
yeah,
lost.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I lost. I'll tell you what. I lost my job in 2010. It was hard for me to find a job for about 4 years. I did. It was a year and a half before I found a job, uh, and I didn't even think about applying for food stamps or financial aid or whatever until about a year in. And when I did, they told me I made too much money on unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
what?
As a single divorced dad that had custody of my two children, I made too much on unemployment.
Because you're a white man.
Employment?
That's the problem. That's
Yeah,
always
that's
been an
code
issue.
for your wife.
That's always been an issue.
That's
The poorest people in
ridiculous.
America are white Appalachians, right? You
Mhm.
wouldn't know that if you listen to certain other people talk, though. I only applied for not I don't know what you would call it, welfare, some kind of welfare. I only tried to apply once in my life, and it was in Hawaii,
Mhm.
and I was in a tough situation between jobs, and I could use a little bit of help, and they looked at me and basically laughed in my face.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. I mean, isn't that what it's there for?
that's what it's supposed to be there for, but not for white men, right? And especially not for a white man that's got a Japanese wife. I mean, come on, you're all rich, right? And that's the attitude I got. And honestly, I'm thankful for it. I'm happy I didn't. I was pissed at myself for having even to bend over and ask. It
Oh, that's the
irritated
way I
the
was.
hell out of me. Yeah. So I'm glad I didn't get it. I'm glad because I went out and I changed everything after that point.
Yep.
But
Change career paths or
well, I mean, I just said screw this, and I just started making money.
Mm.
But I'm just
you
saying,
didn't
Yeah.
like robbing banks?
Well,
no.
necessity is the mother of all invention. That's for sure.
Well, it is. You just get, any kind of, one thing that irritates. We don't really talk about it, but one of the things that probably irritates most white dudes in America is the fact that white heterosexual men are the only men that have zero privilege at all. There is no organization, there's no group, there's no special funds, there's no grants, there's nothing for you. Not a damn thing. Now,
Well, we got an organization.
no, we don't actually, because they're a bunch of
Oh yeah,
idiots.
don't.
But
No,
because
that's
we
just a
don't, we
group
don't
of
have
assholes.
anything, dude. We have nothing, and therefore there
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
white man privilege because we know coming out the gate, ain't no one gonna do nothing for you. So get it done yourself, and that's a
You know who's a
privilege right
great
there.
example?
We need a
You
white
know who's a
man
great
month.
example? Yeah, but great example of there's a reason why the whole white privilege crap is insulting because my grandpa. I'm gonna use my grandpa for example because him growing up was rough, right?
Of course.
But it was really rough. Like he actually lived in a house with 3 walls, like no joke. and he was starving. And in fact, he was so starving that he would steal pies off window seals in order to, like, it was that bad.
Sure.
So yeah.
No. I mean, all
Also, he
peoples have gone through hard times and are going through. I mean, that's why it's so ridiculous the nonsense you hear in America. It's just so much of that nonsense going on and on and on. It's just absolute bullshit. And it's like, you know, having a system in place to help those who are, you know, mentally retarded or you know, old, or you know, having a safety net for people who need it is great, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
But they don't
abused.
punish people for
It
getting
is
out of it.
abused, right?
It is.
It's not meant to be on for your entire life.
No, it's not. I mean, if you're an old person or you have some problem or something like that, sure. And I don't think any of us complain about that.
Right.
But anyway,
if you can't,
I have been sitting on Omron for a while, and lunch was going to be requested,
it's
but
Dorothy's piece of around.
it's
Let
my
him up.
It's Amy's fault. How you doing, Omron?
Good.
Yeah. How's the weather? I mean, I got some rain here. Those guys got some rain. You got how's the weather?
Yeah, I got rain too. Most
Oh, wow.
annoyingly, it rains and then it stops. It gets sunny and then it cloudy again.
Right.
Then it rains again and rinse and repeat.
Well, we're
Every day
getting
for the
hit
last
by
couple of
this
weeks.
wicked solar storm right now, dude. I imagine the whole planet's getting kind of those weird days right now.
Okay.
So you know, it is what it is. Well, the sun controls our weather, you know.
The solar storm can't make it rain, can it?
Oh, most
That's
certainly. Well,
actually
100% it can.
sunshine.
Yeah, no, the sun controls our weather. 100%. It also cycles up our earthquakes and volcanoes and various things like that. The sun is very important. Yeah. And we're getting hit
Well, it
by a
hasn't been
wicked.
raining thankfully because I got clothes on the line outside. So
Yeah, no,
Like the
it just
entire
started hitting,
world.
really hitting us in the past, I don't know, 12 hours.
But yeah, it's a funny thing. It'll just rain for like 5 minutes and then stop,
Yeah.
and then it'll be like
Yeah.
the sun will come out, and then and then more clouds come along. Big clouds come along again, and then it starts raining again, and sometimes and then it just rains for hours at night.
Yeah, no, this solar ribbon that we're getting hit with is gigantic, dude, and it's going to be days of this. It's a gigantic thing getting hit.
It's already having days of it, like the last couple of weeks now. It's just been
yeah, the sun
constant
has been very
sporadic
weird.
rain.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, that's good to hear that you know, you're not dead.
No,
That's good. That's good.
computer's still working, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
When electricity is still running after that, with that happening, it's good.
Well, that's good that you guys have power, because the Europeans are kind of intermittent.
And California.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
the
it helps that,
British
like,
lost
we're, like,
power
in
the
the-
other day. How was that? Was that countrywide or
You
just?
kind of pointed away.
Dude, it's been like clear skies and sun every
No,
day
no.
for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but
And
that
I've not-
had
yeah,
nothing
we've
to do
not
with the
lost power
weather.
once.
You lost power
No, we've not
because
lost
of
power.
net
Not
zero.
lost power once. Never even heard of it on the news about people losing power.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I
I don't
asked.
know
I
anyone
didn't
that
think it
lost
was.
power.
I didn't think it was all Britain. I think it was just the like big city down in that like in London or something.
You mean London? Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably did London. Who cares about London? Though?
That's fair.
You
Yeah,
don't
well,
count.
John
I don't like
Cleese.
London.
John Cleese told us it's no longer English. Okay. Anyway, moving along here. Girls, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, doing all right. I just made it another week. Ugh. I know Liz has been working on her music mostly, and I'm just trying to get our recording studio thing reorganized. So,
Oh, that's cool.
I complain that.
Trying to get anchors to work.
Oh yeah, maybe I can help you with that.
Well, you guys got some good news down in Florida, though. Your mayor is getting rid of property tax. That's pretty. I mean, not your governor. Sorry, he's getting rid of property tax.
Oh,
That's
really?
nice. Yeah.
Really? Oh, one less thing to
Yeah.
worry about. That's awesome. Love that.
Well, I mean, it's
Ah.
criminal. I mean, property tax is 100%
They need to
criminal.
do it in my state. It has like the highest of any state.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awful. Yeah, it's terrible. And
No,
they tax everything.
Yeah, no. Death taxes, Property taxes, these things are ridiculous. They have to get rid of it. It's wrong.
I've heard Trump's working on seeing if they can get rid of income tax for people who make $200K or less a year.
Yep.
Well, if you get rid of property tax, that wouldn't even be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Because that eats up, like in my area, that eats up like a good chunk of your income.
Yeah.
Really?
Beyond
That bad?
taxes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I don't have a car, because like the property taxes are ridiculous on cars that you've paid for. You already
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
you just like your house, the thing you've paid for and bought, they charge you for it the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Missouri's got that
So
too.
you
It's a
don't
personal
own
property
anything.
tax.
Yeah, so you don't own anything because miss a payment, they take it back.
Cars, boats, ATVs, anything.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh, that is criminal. The only thing we pay property tax on here is like literal property. Like
Yep.
if you have like land, and I mean even like your homestead isn't too much, but like if you have a lot of investment properties, I guess maybe those are a bit worse. But I wouldn't know much about that. But oh my gosh, annual. Closest thing I guess we have on that is insurance.
Government wants you to keep you on the cusp of homelessness.
If we can fix that and make it not so hard for people to actually survive, maybe people would.
Well, that's the thing here. It's like the property tax is so high, like God help you, you have to pay insurance on a vehicle.
Right?
I can't even
And the
afford a
vehicle
car now.
insurance for this state, because of its location and the number of people that can't drive, insurance is crazy high.
Oh man.
Yeah, it really is.
Actually,
that system's broken.
yeah, it is, and there's some property tax stuff in America that annoys me, but I think the French property tax is what annoys me the most.
They're even worse.
Oh yeah, they
I mean, at least they kiss you.
Fair enough. No, because you got notary fees over there. You got stamp duties yearly. You have, of course, VAT taxes, which are just piled on. You also have like land registry taxes, mortgage taxes, property security taxes. That was wonderful. Then, of course, on top of that, you have capital gain taxes I got to pay, land taxes in and of itself, habitation taxes. Yeah. So yeah, France.
Until they can.
Now France.
So they can tax
France
for the air.
If you want to go to France.
Yeah, it irritates the hell out of me, dude.
Until they can tax us for the air we breathe, they're going to find something to tax
Oh,
us
that's
on.
called carbon tax.
Yeah, they're working on it.
It exists.
Mhm.
They figured it out.
They figured out how to get taxed for breathing air.
Yeah.
Did they
Whereas,
figure
like,
out
say
how
in Malta,
to
I had to
control-
pay an initial tax over the sales tax, and that's it. Done.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
We
that
talked
legal,
about
or
that. Yeah.
is that
Yeah. Yeah.
just oiling someone's palm?
Basically. And Mexico, there isn't anything at all to pay whatsoever.
Oh,
Yeah. I own land down in
Huh.
Baja, so
you can just have money and buy things?
I've had that property for over 30 years.
Let's say you're hanging out with Jesse Ventura down in the Baja.
Dude, it's a nice beach, man.
Is it a
But
blast?
anyway, thank you very much, girls. Wow, who brought up property tax? I'm going to blame Eric.
We're one.
Yeah.
Well, my state doesn't have the second highest in the country.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I assuming California would be the worst. And then New York. But anyway, other than that, hi, Rabbit. Haven't seen you in a while, dude. What's up?
How much been doing music?
Oh, that's great. How's that going?
Our EP is almost done.
Very nice. I noticed that your king has a new best buddy.
He's a king?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on about. I don't pay up to date with.
Well, Nigel
anything
Farage
new.
and King Charles seem to be buddy.
Who is?
I don't pay attention to any of that stuff.
No, I thought Nigel was everyone's uncle.
I think he's a bit of a dick, to be honest with you. But then again, all the politicians this country are at the minute.
That is fair. That is fair. What's the here's an offhand request. What's the number one show in the country right now?
Hey,
You guys have had some pretty good shows throughout the years, man.
I don't know. Like I say, I don't pay attention to things. My
You don't watch
daily
TV at all?
stuff.
Okay.
No, I don't watch TV. I don't. I just
Fantastic.
I watch what I feel like watching at the time, and that's it.
Oh, I see.
Chester, he lives in a bubble.
That's
He's
right.
the
He
British
watches
boy in a
Pretty much,
bubble.
yeah.
Didn't
He
you know
is.
that?
He's John Travolta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes
That-
outside, he'll die.
Well, no, because in my life, I've enjoyed a whole bunch of British shows. I think probably my favorite is Sharp. I mean, I
Yeah,
love
Sharp's
those movies,
fantastic.
dude. Those things are awesome. Yeah.
My grandma loved that show.
Mm.
She was a Scene Bean fan.
That dude, Sean Bean, kills it. He's a
It's
legend.
pretty much the only thing he's never died in.
It's true. But
This is true.
he's so good though, man. That Sharp is great.
Nobody dies as good as Sean Bean.
True. It's true. But the problem is a lot of Americans probably don't even know that he's literally a legend, right?
He's in quite a lot of films, though, right?
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though, because Sharp, he didn't need to do anything else in his life, dude. That right there was enough.
He's Alex Trevelyan. What are you talking about? Everybody knows him.
Oh, okay.
It was Boromir.
Everybody knows Alex Trevelyan.
He was Boromir, and he did a great job as it.
Like
He's a
Alex
good actor.
Trevelyan. Wasn't that his name in 006 or 008?
I don't
He
know.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
He was Alex Trevelyan, the evil 00 agent that
Oh, I see.
GoldenEye.
got shot in the head but came back to life.
Oh, I see.
GoldenEye. Yeah.
GoldenEye. But he's done a lot of good stuff, and I've enjoyed a lot of Rowan Atkinson stuff. Thin Blue. I don't know which is better, Thin Blue Line or Blackadder, though.
Blackadder for me, but I suppose the other thing's just a bit like tongue-in-cheek English shit to me.
It is.
Blackadder's
Blackadder's awesome, but Thin Blue Line is all. I love that show, dude. And of course, Inspector Morse, is it?
Yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a modern version of it. Anyway, cool. Thank you very much, Rabbit. Nice to see you again, dude. Let's see here. Let me. Elrod, hi.
You already talked to me, Chester, like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm getting
Right?
old. No, sure.
I don't know. I'm lost. I went to pee and I think I peed out my mouth.
That's fine. Life's good.
You pee on the poop deck?
He probably did.
Peed on the poop deck.
He probably
I made a mistake.
He probably did. Anyway, Mike, what's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. I have stuff to actually. If everyone could just stick around for a minute when we're done on the live stream, I got something to show you guys. Because I tried uploading a video to Discord and it kept failing on me. So I don't know why, but it is what it is. So
I don't know either.
when we're off air, I'm going to show my camera,
Okay.
and I'll show you guys.
Cool. Rock on. Let's see here. Jason.
Hello. Yeah, I'm just right now. I'm just me and my family. We're trying to basically get noticed on our Etsy shop, and be honest with you, it's not going too well. We're not really getting noticed. So we prayer. Basically, we just need prayers and just
marketing.
And, maybe maybe look into our stuff because we have a lot. We made a lot of t-shirts, mugs, and a lot of cool stuff. The only problem is we're just not being noticed right now. So prayers for that, and maybe take a look for yourselves. Like I encourage it. We have Christian stuff, we have fitness stuff, we have mugs, rugs, and like literally rugs, and we even tank tops, like hoodies too, like literally, and even canvas art. Like we got some. I got some of my art in there as well. So yeah, literally check it out.
Awesome.
So,
well, Jeff has definitely dropped the link. Thank you again, Jeff, for doing all of that. So go check it out, guys. Excellent.
Also, I'm writing a book.
There you go. And of course, last but not least, before I go to Jeff, is Eric. Hi, Eric.
Oh well, I'm still working on my last comic book. I've kind of been, I've kind of taken a detour down a rabbit hole 3D printing stuff lately, and
Cool.
playing around with that.
See
Here,
the
I'll
new
show,
new
I'll
D
show you
printers.
something real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I haven't used my camera in a long time. Let's see. Did that turn on? Oh,
It
wait.
is trying
Did it?
to. Yeah, it's
It's
attempting.
trying to, yeah. Hmm. Oh, maybe if I stop sharing. Oh, maybe I should do that.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's just not going to do it. Oh, allow. Oh, I got to click a button. What's that? That's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just take a picture.
Oh yeah.
Darn it,
But no,
what-
3D
I wanna-
printing looks fun. I wish I had time to look into it because it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been so I've been printing. I don't know if I know some of you saw the 3D printed head of myself. I did.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
showed
I
it,
saw
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep. So I've been uploading pictures into that same website, and one of them's Trump.
Nice.
So I got little 3D heads of his I've been putting on action figures. After I paint them, of course.
Right.
Nice.
That's cute. That's cute. Now,
Do you place any of them on like the windshield wiper of a car that has
oh yeah,
Joe
the,
Joe
yeah,
or Kamala stickers on them?
yeah,
No, not yet. I should do that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, that ruined people's day.
It does. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, Trump's great because he's really memeable and he doesn't get offended by
Mhm.
it. Whereas Biden, it
No,
was
he
just
doesn't.
so sad. You couldn't even make a joke. It was just sad.
Oh, good lord, yeah, no.
Yeah. But no, meme is.
Yeah, no, I've done more than just Trump. I've done let's see, I did Nicolas Cage head.
Sure.
Who else did I do? Oh, Ben Affleck and what's his name? The Punisher dude.
Oh yeah, that
Thomas
guy.
Jane.
Castle.
Yeah, the newer Punisher. Whatever.
Oh,
John Bernthal.
Barrington.
Yeah, Bertha, because they're in the accountants together. So I did two of their heads and put on some GI Joes. And,
Yeah.
Oh nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, if I don't know if I said this the last time we were on a stream. I don't remember how long it's been, but if anyone hasn't seen The Accountant 2, do yourself a favor, go watch the first one, go to the theater, see the second one. Great movie, lots of fun.
yeah, I
Yes.
like the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet.
But I hate Ben Affleck.
He does a really good job in this one.
Yes,
he does a really good job in The Accountant.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does.
All right, fine.
He does. Yeah.
All right, fine. Peer pressure.
Method acting.
Erica, I appreciate all your effort, but if you don't have a Lee Marvin from Paint Your Wagon,
I might have to get a Lee Marvin, and I did print one that you probably wouldn't approve of, but I had to put him on my Moon Knight figure because they didn't make a head sculpt for Oscar Isaac.
oh, fair. Well, we don't need him anyway. Yeah. Chuck
Norris,
Chuck
yeah,
Norris,
he's on my list. Yeah.
He's the one to do because he would be great with a classified body for sure.
Oh, he would be.
Yeah. Well, I'm still.
Oh yeah.
I'm still sticking with my Lee Marvin. So, anyway, thank you all very much.
I had a custom Chuck Norris head and I lost it. But the
Oh.
only problem is when I made it, there were no bodies that fit it. The only thing that was out was Black Series. So it was like, Chuck Norris dressed as Han Solo is all I got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Chuck can do anything, of course. He has weapons inside his beard. But nevertheless, thank you all very much. Appreciate you guys. Next week, we're doing Western. There's a lot to do there. That's kind of cool.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be
I
fun.
already know who I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that the girls are going to
Balloon Who is.
misunderstand that Pippi Longstockings is not a Western, but they're going to do it anyway. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Prairie.
Yeah, Little House on the
Oh,
Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a Western.
My camera isn't plugged up. That's why it didn't turn on.
Oh, there you go. But nevertheless, Jeff, take us out of here, man.
Little Hotties.
Buy my books.
Bye.
Namaste. Oh, by the way, if you want my audiobooks, I put them on sale on Chirp. So Chirp Audiobooks has my books on sale about 20% off. So,
Nice.
anyways, through May. And namaste.
Namaste. Later, everybody.
God bless y'all.
Are we off the air?